You absolutely should be in there. Yeah, so go to Discord, go to the drop down that says MLM groups, go in there, exchange your codes, get in the lobby with the 4 players, and start fighting. Group A is Slosh, Cold Stare, Kojo, and Maxow. Group B, Coco, Yargle Blargle, Replicant, and Griff. Oh, Shrimp Squad boys gonna have to fight each other. Group C, Bummer, Jean XL, Bummy, N-Man. Group D, Horrible, The Brawler, Riffa, and Zons Primes. Group E, Laura, she made it in. Terrific. Group E is Laura, Paul, Emerald, Element, and Violet. Group F, AK, Dandy, Nate, and NV Seba. Group G is V, Eevee, Cosmos, and Vin Masclor. Group H, Sir Rosa, Jack, Superior, and Dragon, the 3-headed dragon. Group I is Envy, Bat, Messy Room, Eloria? Yeah, that seems right. Those aren't 2 L's. Maraboto. Group J, Jor, Cog, JM, and Twin. Oh, why does this happen to us, guys? 2 MWEs together in 2 Shrimp Squad. Group K, Programmability, Elemental, Resolve, and Jaro. Group L, The Internet Wanderer, Ilo, Dart Remix, and Iceman. And Group M is AM, Uran, and Akis. Welcome, and let us begin the largest ever Mega League Monday. Whoo boy, 49 participants. Resolve. What's up, Junior? So I'm gonna start. You know what I didn't do? I didn't sign up for my own tournament. So I'm gonna jump in with the group at the end with AM, Uran, and Akis. You guys join me. Oh, it's a good thing there was one spot open, huh? Jeez. Talk about focused on other stuff. That's pretty bad right there. That is pretty bad.
Smash and splash hype.
Smash and splash hype. Hey, $10 from Crocal. Thank you so much, my dude. Yeah, so Crocal just donated to that fund at the bottom there, that red and yellow bar. We are sending one of our pro players, Redengard, to a local tournament in Wisconsin in June called Smash and Splash. And I'm going, a lot of people from the ARMS community are going. And so we're doing a fundraiser for him to get him there because he can't pay for himself. So we're raising it. Thank you so much, Crowscal. Crowscal. Appreciate that. Crocals. Only Scrimps would miss out of his own largest tournament. I know. R.I.P. So you ran AM. They need to join me. Okay, so that should work. AM, Akis, and Uran are gonna join off me. And of course, the wonderful commentary this evening will be brought to us by myself and the terrific Malik.
Oh, hello there.
Oh, hello. And oh, what convenient timing. As I'm complimenting you, I get a 6 times resub? What?
What are the odds?
What? Thank you very much, Malik.
Oh, my pleasure. It's always a delight to be able to slip into here just in time for these kinds of events, even amidst all the chaos that's been going on in my life as of late.
Yeah, but pretty good chaos for the most part, right?
Oh, you know it.
The stage set is available here. You can just go stages, or it's right on screen right now. Mausoleum, Buster Beach, DNA, Temple Grounds, and Sparring Ring. So you set your stages like that, and then just play, and it'll randomize for you. So speaking of just play, we're finally ready. Thanks for the host, Serp.
And who are we going to have starting off? You gonna...
I'll do it. Oh.
Get in there!
Let me in.
AM, go in.
Thank you, Sir Rosa.
Start the fight.
I'm not expecting anything, nor will I be mad if I lose, because I haven't even touched my joysticks, let alone play a game of ARMS yet. So, one of the two of you get in here. Oh good, gotta fight AM right away. This should be great.
And we're gonna start off with Springman!
I'm expecting you to hit yourself with Rush. You know, there's a 10 out of 10 chance that that's gonna happen.
Not so much now, Ashkrims does not have a Siki equipped. So we're not gonna... Unfortunately, we won't see anything like last week, but I'm sure we'll see some good stuff. Both players starting off with some pretty tried and true loadouts. AM going with the default Springman. Shkrims working with that Funchuck and the clapback. That clapback. Both arms very defensive and both very capable of being able to deflect a lot of what AM has. But we also have to remember that AM has an actual deflect that can just kind of wall through any attack Shkrims makes and potentially open himself up to a degree where AM can get some good shots. And right now we're seeing AM uses the rush to just knock the clapback straight down and is able to cement himself a very strong lead.
So it's going really well.
You're doing fantastic. Beautiful. Elegant. Gorgeous. Goes for a grab, gets another deflect, and AM's just keeping some really good tempo here, sticking with that movement.
And there
He's
you
able
go.
to get one more
The
hit in.
perfect! I guess I should play maybe one warm-up game, or maybe even sign up for the tournament. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know if that... you're fine. I won't worry about it. Shkrims putting the clapback away, going with a Funchuck and Tri-Blast now.
Get this boomerang away from me.
Still not able to land a blow yet. AM does have Rush ready, is one to pop it. Cannot
Rip.
rush Rusher though.
Yeah,
that glove is
Toadwolf.
just too fast.
I always play in these Toadwolf on Monday.
I mean, Shkrims has got to get some arms action in during the week.
I don't think I'm gonna hit him.
You can do it!
I'm
one
not sure if
Tri-Blast.
I don't even know if I want to hit him at this point.
It's a great way to start with AM getting double perfect. Oh, there it is! And Shkrims knocks
I'm
him
on
down!
the board!
The first knockdown of
I'm the greatest
today's
player
stream for
alive.
Shkrims. Confirmed successful grab!
Confirmed best player here.
Starting to bring things back, but he only has enough health to sustain one more hit, and it's going to be several tiny rush toasters to the face.
Yes, that is Malieve commentating indeed.
Hoi! Believe. Or as Cog likes to say, the believe.
He's found ways
Against
to hit
others.
himself without a Siki. Oh man. Well, that went splendidly.
I feel like the clapback Tri-Blast might have worked a little bit better for you.
Yeah. Well, sometimes in
Fine
life,
start.
sometimes in life you gotta go shock licks. Oh wait, wrong way.
You got it. You're gonna get a double reverse sweep on him.
Double reverse clap Siki.
I see the Malieve brand is broadcasting the demographic with some commentary services. You're right, Griff. Absolutely right. And
Yep.
this is a best of 3 as a reminder to everybody. So AM is going to come straight back in. Shkrims is now blue. A very drastic change in color, personality, and strategy.
Shock licks is here.
And we got Shocklix. A very shocking build. There's gonna be some real electricity in this match. AM's going to successfully get the first hit with the boomerang, and I have a feeling that boomerang is just going to continue to be something that's going to kind of sweep in from the side, especially with the loadout Scrims has. It might be a little bit difficult for him to work around and take it down. That said, the loadout is pretty strong and should potentially give a couple of good opportunities for Scrims to get that Guardian to close in, maybe get a nice sneaky hit in there. And we're gonna have a land. Nothing really comes off of it, but that is going to be a bit of damage, which is always nice. Stops one boomerang attack. Unfortunately, that's not going to stop too much overall, and Scrims does sustain a decent amount of damage. And here AM has another large health lead, but we've got a big difference between the last match. Even though the stage is the same, Scrims has done damage, which is incredible progress compared to what the last match looked like.
Much better than doing no damage.
He's vastly superior. Scrims going for that rush. Maybe a little too aggressive. AM clearly seen that it was coming and just sat back and shielded it. Now Scrims is trying to get a few shots in, maybe get charge set up. AM just gonna watch from the distance with a full rush ready and move on to the next round.
Freaking love deflect. It's such a good idea. Oh my gosh. He's so hard to hit.
Now AM has a very strong position, much more dominant, being able to have rush ready and a win. Also straight up backs Scrims into a round corner and pops off a really nice rush. Scrims switching up that Guardian for the Seiki so he can get a little more aggression in there, blows himself up. It happens with the Seiki. And is able to get a nice 100 damage in. AM still very much in the lead though.
Wow.
A well-timed rush, but unfortunately AM did see it coming and was able to get out of the way. That's Sparky going to get a successful stun off, but at that distance, it wasn't going to hold the stun long enough. That said, Seiki Explosion is going to give Scrims a second chance. And he's going to catch that movement and get another grab off, putting himself in the lead here. And Scrims going to get another stun, and that puts AM at critical health. If he gets stunned by that Seiki, he's out, and if he gets hit by anything else, he will have lost the map this round, and it'll be Scrims' chance to start bringing this back. AM holding on to that rush, just maybe seeing if he can just find that perfect moment. Finds it and is able to land the killing blow.
Oh, rip. Your uncle works at Nintendo. Oh, nice, Junior. Nice.
And I guess... Or no, we have... wait, we're switching things over, so I guess we'll just have all of your matches go on first, because...
Well, that won't work, because I have to be in the lobby.
Fair enough. Oh, I don't know what I was doing then. Hey, no.
Yeah, AM, come back in here.
AM, come back. We need you versus Uran.
Yeah, while we're waiting, I can fight Uran.
Okay. We might as well do that. We'll improvise for my goofery.
Sure. Why not? We'll keep shock licks on. Even though I went brown. AM's back. Nice.
Very good. Oh, you're gonna try the Guardian against him.
Yeah, that's one of my rules. Never use shield against Ninjara, but You know, I got almost double perfected, so not much to lose.
Going with Seekie and Guardian, which can be a pretty effective pincering tool, as that Seekie can lead Uran into a corner and have Guardian kind of slip in from the side and reach him. You're going with the Chakram and Birdchuck, which is going to be a really just powerful, large, and dangerous loadout, and it can probably find a few good opportunities to reach in and get Scrimps. That said, Scrimps is staying on the move, being very conscious of those attacks. I jinx it as I'm talking about that and gets hit twice immediately. 3 times, 4 times.
Why?
I'm sorry.
That Chakram hit from those angles. It's so dumb.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I've done this to you.
No, you're fine. It's the Chakram that's broken.
And both players have Rush ready, and Uran probably thinking of holding on to his, as he now has a very solid health lead. And that's going to be a stun. Misses the grab just by a hair. You gotta work on those larger grabs, mate. And that Guardian just kind of coming into the side, just a little too far away. It might have actually connected had it traveled just a few inches more. And here, Scrimps is just going to try to go for some grabs. Maybe just have a bit of fun. With that much of a health discrepancy.
Just grab and grab and grab.
Not much is gonna happen. He did survive though, which is quite the achievement.
That's
And
it.
here we see double Seekie!
Things are getting serious now.
Uran starts closing in, trying to find a good moment to get in there and hit that rush and get that really nice lead. That said, if Scrimps gets his off first, that's going to be 380 damage, giving himself a nice start for this match.
Ah!
Goes for a couple of grabs, not able to land anything. Uran close enough to pop his rush off and is going to get 325 damage. Scrimps entering himself between his own Seekies, preventing his escape.
Yeah, here comes the fun.
And this is going to bring, or put, Uran into a position where he can just continue to crush Scrimps, limit his movement, and ends up taking the round.
Don't channel the power of Fernando. Sometimes you have to. Rush Nightmare. Yeah, well. And that's why Seekie sucks? Come on, Rydell. It doesn't suck.
Alright. AM versus Uran.
I gotta fight again, still.
Yeah. We'll have this one and then switch one of them out for Akis and then clear that up, I guess. Oh yeah, it's a best of 3.
Yeah. Ah, Mausoleum again.
Are you sure we have other options? Because this has been Mausoleum for 4 times now.
Yeah, I'm sure. This is why that rule exists later.
Yeah. It's good rules. Scrimps changing things up, going with the Fun Chuck and oh my goodness, my brain. The Tri-Blast. Both players keeping their distance, trying to find a good moment to really come in there, get some good hits in. Neither really having much luck yet. We're probably going to be seeing something pretty quickly though, especially with the fact that both have Rush ready. And Scrimps is going to get first blood and comes in a little bit closer so he can start getting this Tri-Blast to start sneaking in and get some good damage. Both players now ready with Rush. Uran might be looking to use his to just kind of pressure Scrimps or outrun his Rush, as Uran would have a larger, heavier, and faster Rush. But Scrimps is going to catch him quickly and is able to finish it off with the Tri-Blast, giving himself a little bit additional damage. That is a small tech that a lot of people don't really think about. Is that oftentimes there is actually an optimal arm to finish off with, especially if you have 2 that are just kind of going wild, like the Birdchuck and the Funchuck, or the Funchuck and the Tri-Blast. anything with an explosion, usually the preferred arm you want to finish off with, as that's going to give you a lot more damage off of your rush overall. Uran going to take this first round, and both players, and Scrim's just about ready with his rush again. Uran very behind on his. That said, we just saw Uran use the Birdchuck and the Chakram to get a really nice chain of hits and quickly close the gap between health pools. We might see that happen here again.
Gosh, that Birdchuck hit me so many times. Again.
Doing it again. Grims goes in for a grab.
Oh, I pulled myself out of a grab.
Successfully grabs, but pops the rush instead.
Yeah, just
gets
kill me,
hard
please.
punished.
I don't deserve to be here.
I think Uran actually used the wrong arm to finish off rush as well. I'm pretty sure if the Chakram was used, Scrims would have been knocked down. That said,
R.I.P.
one Birdchuck is going to sneak in, and that's going to be Kittens.
What's up, Gamma Sama? Every Monday, same time. So if you want to sign up, you can do it. You can do it right now, right there, that link.
It is just brought up in this Discord as well, and it also pops up on Twitter. I share it on Twitter. I've stopped bringing it up on my Discord, but that's just because like I host this thing, or I co-host this now I guess.
Yeah, I think everybody pretty much knows.
Yeah. It does pop up on Facebook too. Alright, so we're gonna have AM and Uran going.
Whoa! Crocow gifted a sub to Literary. Happy Valentine's Day. Wow.
And
You
now
rock,
Literary,
Crocow.
you too can make the Scruface.
Scruface!
A secret technique only known by few.
Beautiful. We still have to see Uran and AM fight. And then who was our
AM,
fourth?
please. Akis, and Akis is ready in the wings.
Okay, great. Hey, Scruface!
At long last.
Yes. Beautiful. Okay, yeah, stages, there are clearly 5 stages selected. Oh, in the face. Thanks for the follow, AK. Alright, I'm gonna grab some water. And
Okay.
then we can fight.
I think AM is about to start.
Okay, they can fight now.
Okay. You can grab the drink and I'll improvise. Water is important. Drink water. Sponsored by water. And we're going to have the classic Ninjara vs Springman matchup here. Uran going with Chakram or Sparky here. AM going with the Toaster Boomerang. I can't believe I keep forgetting these words. Shout out to Millie for
the names.
remembering like basic arms at this point. AM starting off with a nice chain of successful boomerangs. Uran also getting a couple of nice ones, so both players about equal footing. This matchup's going to be pretty well balanced, I'd say, for both players. Uran's going to be able to prevent himself from getting cornered, and AM is going to be pretty effective at deflecting a lot of these attacks. Uran going to successfully dodge a lot of the responses though, as Ninjara is one of the faster characters. I'd definitely say these two are pretty well balanced against each other.
Yeah, especially their playstyles. AM has become a lot more patient than he has been in the past. I remember him being a lot more aggressive. But clearly showing a well-rounded game.
Indeed. That said, Uran does have a little bit of a lead right now, with both players coming up to rush. AM now is enraged. That's going to be permacharge. As long as he gets a couple of nice hits in, just like that one, he's going to be able to start bringing this back. Lands the rush, and that's going to be the first round to him.
And yes, Crocow Springeling gets the block dock. We'll switch it to behind AM. And And he takes 2 shots immediately. Uran has rush ready. He can be aggressive here.
Uran's a really nice Ninjara. He's definitely been improving over the last while too, and you can really see it in just the small details, just all of that general movement. It's really hard to really predict what he's going to do because he does change things up.
Yeah. Yeah, Uran has improved a ton since I first saw him.
A lot of the players really have, though.
Yeah,
it's
true.
One of the wonderful things about like being in the grassroots of this community and being one of the more entry points is you get to see a lot of players coming at the start. Uran gets the rush off of that whip.
The timing
from the toaster.
was crazy. Oh, AM could have confirmed there, but looks like he doesn't want to use his rush yet.
He's probably either planning on bringing things back before using it, or is going to... Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's either that, or he's just going to...
He's buffed up now.
Yeah.
Like, he just needs a couple more hits, and then that rush.
Actually, yeah, if he...
Maybe even one hit.
If he had popped that rush then, he probably would have only needed one more hit. That's it.
It's wild seeing them go back and forth, one straight arm, one curve arm apiece.
Indeed. Hey, I'm gonna switch things up though. We've got the Tri-Bolt in here. Not much of a friend of Ninjara as it covers a wide area. It has a really nice stun that allows AM to get some better setups in there. And we're gonna get a double shield parry into Rush. And that's going to cement a nice hearty lead for AM. And Uran going to successfully get a quick tap off of the Sparky. Doesn't need the stun, gonna get that grab anyways. AM though still keeping a very strong lead here.
Yeah, the Tri-Bolt seems to be trouble for Uran, most definitely.
And that rush is just gonna pincer him and take him down.
And AM takes the first match. So much precision here, I know, too, for sure. Hoo-ha! Spring-a-ling.
Using the rush in the match before that one, it might have allowed him to take it without having to go for that third round. But it was also a good strategy as it helped him just keep that momentum in the... or start off with strong momentum in the final round and was able to use that to bring himself to the end and get that set. AM naturally or initially mained Screenman. I'm not sure if they moved over to main to Ribbon Girl, but I do believe that they still main Screenman and tech Ribbon Girl fairly often. Just using the two big characters of ARMS. Ninjara gonna start off pretty strong, getting a nice stun off, getting some good chains off of the hits. That said, that toaster's gonna... It doesn't take much for the toaster to bring things back with a really just solid 130 each successful hits. And especially with AM in enrage mode, he just has the ability to consistently apply pressure, and every attack is just going to be that much more scary.
Uran holding his zone here. He doesn't want to let AM inside, keeping the pressure up, and gets a poke through. AM could kill with a rush now. Uh-oh. He closes the distance. They both trigger. And Uran is the winner. AM gonna be wishing he didn't let that rush go.
AM trying to pop that just to maybe outrun Uran's rush there. Unfortunately, that was a glove off and the fast. And if it's a glove off, especially if there is a height difference, the one who popped first is probably going to take it. And in that case, it was Uran.
Unless you scream rush the rusher while you're doing it, then you have a 30% chance of success.
It's a very important part of a strategy of rushing is you have to rush the rusher.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't know many players. I know I definitely do not. I kind of just stare dead into the eyes of my opponent and pop rush. And
Well, I mean, you don't want to keep focus and do all that. You want to yell something meaningful, you know? Because focusing on the fight's not what you want to do.
Who focuses on the fights?
Right.
It's such a waste of effort. It's better to meme.
Oh, AM put that right hook through Uran's soul right there. Digging deep.
Catching a really nice shield parry and just diving straight in.
All right, AM with the double toast action. He's gone away from the curve arm, and he's had success both with tribal and double toast.
That said, Uran's also seen success against this loadout. So if there's a third one, we might see AM switching over to Toaster Tribal to finish things off.
Yeah, I think that'd be the right call as well, but Uran has not been hit yet. Oh, in the hot pocket.
How he's moving his loadout, though, it kind of feels like he's doing it based on the stage. As he was going with things that worked a little bit better in close quarters with more pressure and sparring rain. Here he's working with something that works a little bit more effectively at a distance. Uran's having a really strong run here, getting that Ninjara rush, getting some really good damage in there.
Woo. Yeah, AM just staying alive, landing hits now with this buffed up speed. Oh my, he's getting in there.
He's getting the reads going.
Sheesh. AM keeping his distance. He only has 23 seconds and still quite a bit of work to do. He lands again. He's got his rush. He lands again.
You can pop rush and he can probably shield break.
He pops it.
Take him down.
Oh, and he misses.
Just by a hair.
Oh, Uran able to finish him. Oh my gosh. Whew.
Also, I am very aware that if Ninjara shields, he just kind of teleports away. Don't correct me on that. I just got excited. Both players gonna go straight back into the mausoleum.
They could not have re-upped any faster. So it is 1-1.
And this is going to be a lot more difficult of a stage for AM, as it's just a big open circle. There's no more corners anywhere. We saw Uran does a lot better when there aren't any corners that he can be kind of pushed into by AM. And that's probably just going to give Uran a massive advantage and opportunity here. AM weaving through those attacks, just finding moments to try to swing, finally lands one.
Interesting fact, both these players actually got to warm up on a punching bag on this exact stage. Right here on stream before they fought.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. This is a brown squealy punching bag.
Oh, that is very true. It was quite the pleasant punching bag for them to both warm up on.
The double toaster strat, sticking with it. Do you think this is stage-based again?
Definitely, since it's just a more open area, and I feel like he was using the other tools a little bit more to...
AM taking one hit right there.
Just a really good run there. I feel like AM was either using the other ones because of the more corner pressure capabilities, especially that Tri-Bolt. It might just also be a mind game thing where AM was using the other arms, trying them out to see what felt right for him, and he just feels like the toasters are going to work out better overall, especially now that Uran's warmed up to how AM's fighting too. So both players have a much better read at this point, and AM's probably just made the decision that double toaster is the way to go.
Yeah, Uran on the other hand, unchanged, is very common set for him. Even when he switches characters, he uses Chakram on everything.
He just loves that Chakram. And for good reason. It's a huge arm that does a lot of really good setups. It catches a lot of players off guard, especially if you get a good read.
Its hitbox is far too big.
And going to use Rush, able to catch that Uran was probably going to counter that, so instead just takes all the chip damage. I'm not sure what really was there to work for him. That said, he might have just been doing that to make sure that that rush is gone because he was more worried about Uran's rush than landing his. So he just wanted to have that happen so he could move on with his life and continue to bring this further into his control.
Yeah, AM definitely has a grasp on this match. It's far too late for Uran to do anything here. Once the middle of the stage,
yeah,
that's gonna be it. Once the center of that stage opens up, the action slows way down on most matchups, and that's definitely what we saw there. AM with over 75% health in the first game and right around it there in the second. Yeah, I'm glad there aren't curved explosive arms too. We have enough stuff to deal with in this game.
I'm glad that Siki is the only exploding stump arm because that's still too much of that.
Yeah, it's wild. They had to nerf it down on movement options to even make it acceptable. The Siki used to be crazy.
And even then, I feel like it's still a little too dangerous.
Yeah, it could definitely still be exploited under in the right hands. You think Mouse is the worst stage? That's strong. I can see how you wouldn't like a big hole in the middle, but worst? It's a little much.
Even with this stage, with it breaking open in the middle like that, I definitely say it's better than a lot of stages.
Yeah.
It's a healthy balance of pretty much everything. You get the spring because some people really like springs. You get the close quarter stage, you get the large stage in it. You don't get corners, but to be honest, corners are probably the least favorite thing of everyone.
I love corners.
I
Especially
love
against
being in
chakram
corners.
users.
Oh, it's so fun! AM, you want to hop in there and take Akis on?
Yeah, and then AM will be all set.
And then we can have Uran slip back in and we can wrap things up from there.
Yep.
And Akis a new player, if I'm not mistaken. We don't see him too often.
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever seen Akis.
And so Lola, too. Exciting. We've got a Lola with double Burchuck coming in here.
Whoa. Interesting. This could get cheesy.
And if there's any character... There's only a handful of characters that I really look at and say Burchuck would work well on them. I definitely say Lola Pop is one of those characters. She has some really good movement. She's often in the air, so she gets those really nice shots. Yeah. When she's just kind of walking around, just having that wide radius of an attack is beneficial. And Aka's having a really good movement and just approach to how Lola is played too. Is this a secret rank 20 player we've never seen before?
Literary said they're from the party lobby, the pre-lobby. A party moder converted into a tournament player.
Well, I for one think it's a wonderful thing that they're here.
Me too.
They get a decent rush, not able to get shield break pressure, not able to get too much off of it, but is still able to have a bit of a lead here.
Yeah, has a lead on AM. Gonna catch the brunt of this rush, 270. Still alive though, it's not over. Trapped in a corner against AM is not a good place to be.
And AM's going to catch that leap and is going to successfully grab.
He's a party crasher.
In that little moment right there, what do you think would have been the better thing to do? I saw Akis kind of try to dash out of the corner, but at the very least, dashing in that direction felt like a way that AM was going to catch that really easily, especially since he was in that corner.
I agree. It did feel like he was going that way, but I mean, at some point you just got to make the call and dash one of the directions because you can't wait for the camera angle to come around and just throw an arm because AM's going to beat you there. So I definitely agree. It's a movement option there. You can't just hold shield either because then you're exposed.
It might have been, I would have thought it'd be a good idea to try to leap up in that opportunity.
Yeah.
As that's going to be the hardest thing for AM to possibly counter, and you might have had a good spot there.
Yeah, potentially. But Aka's really holding their own here against AM.
Still, even after AM successfully lands that rush, both players are pretty close in terms of health pool, with AM only having about now 25% health lead, which can change very quickly, especially with that Thunderbird and the Birdchuck equipped. That Birdchuck, or that Thunderbird, not really working out too well for Akis here.
Some
and AM
nasty,
is going to take
nasty
him down.
parries from AM there at the end.
AM's very used to parrying those kinds of things and is able to bring himself into the first set.
Yep, AM getting away with one there. Akis looked good.
I really want to see what Akis has next. I really like Akis.
Mm-hmm.
I'm liking this Lila. I liking the Birdchuck.
Yep. I love
We're
to
going to go
see
straight
anybody
into
play.
Temple Grounds again because why not?
Jeez. Of course, because that's RNG.
Ah, and then the last arm is a toaster.
Nice.
That's a really nice loadout.
And we're gonna see it here. Birdchuck Toaster. I just like it. The aesthetic, the style.
It matches the color, which is always a very important thing for any true arms player.
Yeah, hugely important. Often more important than the effectiveness of the arms themselves.
Indeed. AM going to start off with a pretty strong hit start, catches that grab, uses his deflect and some good hits to get in there. Akis though, starting with another lead here. That toaster putting a bit of pressure on AM and giving Akis a couple of nice hits. That said, AM getting just solid 130s with that toaster over and over and over, is slowly bringing himself back into the lead and is going to set himself up with the 25% health lead here.
Great grab a second ago from AM. Now trying to put pressure on and gets caught. Akis with a successful rush 270. Has to be careful now. AM just 2 hits away. Also has his rush. Oh, 1 hit away.
Gets clipped just on the shoulder and is knocked down.
Toastered in the neck.
That's going to be a hard night's rest from there. Akis going to go switch back one more time to the tried and true Birdchuck. Double of them.
Yeah, I like the strategy, especially against AM, who oftentimes has a positioning advantage, but the Birdchuck's a bit quicker than the Toasters and can get back. Ooh.
And they get to just some absolutely wonderful angles. AM's going to knock Akis into the corner again.
Akis manages to get out, but goes right back in the corner. And AM cuts him off, and it's going to keep pressure on. Akis pretty consistently throwing both arms now, and AM punishing that.
And from here, it looks like it's about to be over. Akis does find a moment to get out of the corner, quickly pushes AM into a corner and is going to get shield break. AM does have rush though, is going to pop it off right away to capitalize on that grab, and that's going to be the end of this.
Yes. AM, your winner in this matchup.
And I believe that gives us our first contender from this group who's going to be moving on.
Yes. AM with the sweep. There's where we stand. I'm going to refresh this page, kind of check up on the groups. Looks like everything's moving along pretty well.
Everything's so far pretty smooth.
Looking good. Oh, Group E is done, and Laura is moving on. Okay.
Laura's done it?
Okay, Laura.
Woo!
Laura has done it.
Laura, you can do it!
Yeah, so Laura and Paul heading on from Group E. And
V is also going to make it.
Group G, V and Cosmos moving on. Excellent.
And you ran back in here. I think we've got everybody for the last matches we need. Akis ready to get back in there for their next match.
All right.
Who's going to face off with them?
I'll play. I'll play some arms.
You'll play against the cool clown?
It's Mausoleum again. Not me, luckily, though. You ran and beat me.
Beat you to the punchline just by a hair. Have you had 3 people actually try to enter for a match at the same time? it's quite amusing because it just kind of awkwardly floats there waiting for somebody to back out.
Oh, yeah, I have. Rig it for Laura V finals. I don't need to rig anything. You guys will see. You'll make it. You'll be in the finals. But Akis going back to the toaster now.
I really like Akis's loadout. It's actually really fun. And it looks like a really good one that can cover a lot of area too. It's just learning how to utilize it. Yuran has Rush ready, also has a bit of a health lead, going to catch that leap into the air and get a successful rush off of it. From here, he... Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, probably thinking about saving Rush, and there we go. Commentator's curse.
Rush, and it gets hard punished. I think Akis actually got a nice stun off that could have been followed up with a grab, but instead paused and set up for that rush, and Yuran was going to be able to quickly get out of the way for a minute. And Yuran landing a final blow and getting Rush off of that, just putting himself in the lead with this first match, and he's going to be at very much an advantage for the second round as well.
Yeah, plenty of good parries there from Akis, but very few times was able to capitalize once he opened up the angle on Yuran.
We definitely see Akis is learning still, but even in a position where he's kind of a learning player, he's doing some really cool things. Got some really nice techniques coming in there, and I can see great things coming from Akis.
Most definitely. Sticking with the Burchuck. Very strong weapon, especially on Lola with all the movement options.
And we get a nice freeze.
Oh.
Goes for the grab and is punished. They're going to have to learn that that's not a safe idea if Yuran has Rush one way or another. It's a lesson.
Oh,
going to catch him with the Rush.
Almost got away. Sneaky Ninja was not able to evade. Akis going to back up and get some space now.
Akis trying to find a good opportunity to get any shots in, but Yuran just staying too quick, too on the move.
Oh.
Goes for the grab, is able to successfully land it.
Akis could potentially get Rush and do this still. 15 seconds remain.
Yuran does also have his Rush ready. And it's going
not
to land.
Gonna be able to block. And that'll be it. Yuran, the winner of that matchup. Thanks for the host, Paul. Appreciate it.
Paul hype.
Paul hype.
And we're going to move on to the second set, and this time it's going to be in DNA Lab. Seeing how Paul or Akis plays, I feel like tube stages are definitely something that they would benefit from. But we'll have to see how this really rolls out, because Yuran's very adept at, especially with that Chakram, just kind of rolling right around and getting those really strong hits. Akis switching things up though, going with that Thunderbird.
Yeah, I like it. It's something to potentially counter the path of that Chakram. Put it on the same side as well.
What are your opinions on the Thunderbird right now? I personally feel like it is a really good arm, but I feel Akis might do a little bit better with the Phoenix right now, just because the Thunderbird is really slow. It does have a really rewarding stun.
Yeah,
but
I see the advantage of having Burchuck T-Bird, but if you aren't close enough to make those mix-ups effective, then I would take the damage on the Phoenix all day and the extra speed.
And the other thing too is just the fact that that Thunderbird, it's really nice, but the Burchuck and the Phoenix, or the Thunderbird, kind of do the same thing in this matchup, where they're going to get a stun, they're going to freeze or like paralyze the opponent, and then it's just going to be a follow-up with one of the two. Both Burchuck does a little bit more damage too.
All right, and Akis fighting for their tournament life here. Let's get behind the Lola.
They're going to have to successfully come back all the way from this and take down Shrimps if they want to potentially bring this back and move on to the final brackets.
And even then, it would be the most work possible because of the matchups.
It would be a lot of work, but I can definitely see Akis finding a way to get things to start working for them. That said, Uran going to get a few really nice chains in there.
Yeah.
He's going to get caught by that rush though.
Several chakrams making it through. Akis going for a get up grab, not able. Uran kind of dancing around now. He has rush. Akis needs to be cautious.
If Akis catches him off guard though, a really nice grab could quickly end this.
A good dash. Oh, Akis gets out of the way and has the lead.
Safe. Nice.
Akis gonna keep some space here. Looks like they're trying to get inside, build up a little bit of rush in the meantime.
Maybe. Uran might not be able to get their rush ready. Akis might be able to, as long as they're playing it safe, they should have this, provided they don't get stunned, they don't get grabbed.
Yeah.
As long as they're applying that pressure and keeping it at a distance that they're comfortable with, I can definitely see them back.
Caught Uran. And is not. Oh my goodness! Not enough.
And gets to keep that health lead just by a few frames.
Oh, that was so close. I almost said not going to allow a grab, but then they did.
It's important to keep in mind that this Lola is still learning. This player is wonderful. They have some really good air movement. There's a lot they can learn, but we are seeing like a pretty relatively new player, and they're doing really well against a lot of current players that we look at and we see as powerful.
Definitely.
We're seeing Akis moving on to a final round against Uran, somebody who's a really hard target to hit.
Yeah, I didn't even take a round off Uran. Akis got him. Oh, no, great rush.
Dashed. To catch Uran and cement a solid lead.
Yeah, dashed right into that arm wisely and used rush as a deflect. Akis seems to be getting a little bit more comfortable now. Uran better watch out. Oh, gets the rush.
Catch that landing, get a really nice rush off, and now both players are about equal in terms of health.
Akis starting to use some mix-ups now. Fighting on the ground a little bit. We haven't seen a lot of that yet. Akis.
Those Burchucks
dodging everything.
Being really safe, being really methodical, getting that rush set up. If Akis can successfully pop this off, they're just going to have a very solid lead, and they'll probably take it.
That shield on the Sparky was so close. Now Akis moving in, gonna trigger rush and hit.
Going to catch with the rush. Just needs to back up.
Yep, not enough time. No, back up, back up. Oh! Akis! Oh my gosh.
Just makes it and is able to successfully claim a set from Uran.
Wow. And Akis with the comeback city. Time to run it back for a third matchup. Hey, what's up, JM? Good to see you, man. I saw you signed up last second. Glad to see you here.
Glad to have you here. It's always a pleasure. And we're going to go into the final set in Buster Beach. I just noticed that Uran does have that Burchuck in there as well. I forgot. He used that against you. He seems to be more focused on using the Sparky and the Chakram against Lollipop. Do you think maybe that Burchuck would be a little bit more effective? Or would you say that the more straightforward and better speed that the Sparky has would be more effective in this match? Especially coming across like a double Burchuck, I usually find having a single Funchuck is a nice counter to seeing double of them.
Definitely, yeah. I feel the same way whenever I see double Chuck. I would purposely equip my Funchuck if I had the option. Just because I can then match the speed and the retraction of one of their arms and then maneuver around the other one.
When you're comfortable with the chuck arm, I usually find that it's pretty easy to catch the movement of one of them, and then you can generally counter 2 of them with a single chuck, and then that just opens up your other arm to be perfectly open for some really good hits.
Oh, a little bit of a rush off. That was pretty nice. Akis down in HP definitely, but wasn't punished too hard by that rush from Uran.
That hitbox from that Burchuck just able to keep Akis nice and safe, at least long enough to prevent a solid maybe 100 to 150 damage from that rush.
Yep. But Uran making up the difference here with a couple chakrams and uncharged Seekis. Akis standing on high ground right now. Gonna need to use it. Nope.
The little bit more narrow roadway is making it's a lot more noticeable that Akis is struggling, because the stage just is a little too narrow, and Akis seems to like to just move in all of the ways possible, where very often Akis only has is noticing like about 1 or 2 different ways that they can move, and it's really hurting them with this match, where Uran is just free to move back and forth in these little narrow halls with his swift movement and his small body.
Some of the most impressive stuff I'm seeing from Akis here is when Akis has 1 or more arms out and still using dash, is able to narrowly evade a lot of Uran's Sparkies specifically when they're coming in straight at him. Been really impressive.
Definitely a wonderful player. Uran going to get the rush off and has a very solid lead here by exactly 50%. Akis going to land their first damage in this round though.
Yeah.
If they can't get much more going though, I think Uran's got this.
Yeah, it does look grim. Akis changing the styles there. Oh, gonna get to freeze and the grab. Okay.
Uran both players just about to get rushed though, and if Akis is not careful, Uran's probably just going to be able to catch that Akis' rush, or just a too risky of an attack.
Oh, he lands the rush.
Goes for that grab, is not punished by a rush.
And Uran will punish.
Gets punished the second time though, and that's going to be Uran having 2 rounds now.
Yep.
Akis not having 1, but still has a chance to at least have a higher score than Scrimps, unless Scrimps overdoes him.
Hey, Hammer. Good to see you back.
Hoi, friend. An excellent work on Akis' part, almost getting Uran into a position where he might have been taken down.
You saw nothing.
Nothing but saw.
Ice is broken? Nah. Ice isn't broken.
This wait, what? That goo body is not very gooey. What is this? Scripts.
What?
What is this?
You're seeing what it is.
I don't understand.
It's Mummy Thunder. This is
Thunder
serious.
thighs?
This is serious. I'm not memeing.
It's the Thunder Thighs. Double Guardian Mummy is actually not bad. It's a really good loadout. I'm just caught off guard because I'm used to seeing you do Helix all the time. And right now, it's worked out pretty well. You've got a decent amount of damage. Akis is finding a couple of opportunities here and there to go for those pokes. This is very entertaining to see.
Oh.
Akis gonna successfully deflect both of the Guardians.
That sucks.
But Master Mummy's grabs are really powerful, especially with Double Guardian. And that's going to put 210 damage. That said, Akis doing a really good job of just pushing this back. Gets hit by a 310 rush though. And the pressure of these giant dominating Guardians is just making it really hard for Akis to find those
Oh,
moments.
that one
He's
too?
weaving in through around with the Thunderbird and might be able to take this
Oh my goodness.
just by a hair.
Oh, he does not have much agility.
I would definitely say, just judging by how that match went, Akis would have been had a much more solid lead with the Phoenix. Thunderbird working very well though. Scrim switching over to the Seeky. Now not only is there a giant shield to get in the way of Akis, but he's also got to be aware of a giant shocking missile.
Oh,
Going to
where you
deflect
going?
an uncharged Seeky and get 245 damage off of that rush. Scrim's showing some of that mummy air power. Getting a couple of nice dodges and pushing Akis into a corner here. Almost gets grabbed, but that Guardian's gonna save him. And he's gonna be put into the Hot Pocket. Safe enough though at that distance to break that grab attempt. Gonna go for another grab, but gets knocked down by the Furchuck as his arms were still recovering from that point and he was in an idle position. And that Guardian just gonna eat through all that Akis and allow Scrims to continue applying pressure. Even when backed in a corner, a Master Mummy with Guardian is still a dangerous creature. Scrim's going for some very determined grabs, but Akis is just applying enough pressure that Scrims isn't really finding much luck in getting it to work. One more stun.
Get there, Seeky! No! I just wanted to send one Seeky.
Pop's Rush is not able to pop it or lead it out and just kind of has a Funchuck walk into his face and knock him down.
I'm trying to stretch his torso out. I'm not trying to jump, I swear. It's not working.
Scrims coming up with a new strategy after all that.
Let's harness our inner Archie here. We're doing it for Archie. Why, Scrims? Why? The double Guardian Mummy is really fun. That's why. You're
It's
better
so
off
fun.
with Helix. Yeah, no kidding, Crocal. I've played like 10 total matches with Mummy.
Scrim's going with Archie. Archie may not be prevalent in the World of Arms more or at this point, but his legend still echoes and inspires Trump. What?
Inspires who?
Scrims
What?
to use a pretty powerful Guardian Ice Dragon.
Did you just call me Trump?
I did.
What just happened?
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't say anything, okay?
Okay, let's go with that.
Nothing happened. Scrims doing a really good job with the Guardian Ice Dragon, having a really solid lead and rush ready. Akis does also have rush, but that Guardian's going to very likely just
freaking
does them power up.
I don't understand. That arm was nowhere near me.
And that's going to be a successful grab, and that's going to bring Akis very close to closing that gap. Scrim's going to get a stun grab, though, to bring back that distance. And that Guardian's going to sneak in for one more hit.
No, I am not the Trump of Arms. Do not liken me to that man. Oh my gosh.
I didn't say anything, I swear. I'm sorry.
Helix for president. That's all I gotta say.
Helix for president. And Scrim's going to be starting off pretty strong here as well. That Guardian really working out and preventing a lot of Akis attacks. Just walling out so many of them.
I didn't even mean to hit rush that time. Oh my gosh.
What button do you have rush set to? Because if you're like me, I have it set to a button just beside my jump and dash. I had it for a while, and there were so many times that I would just pop rush in the middle of nothing.
Yeah, that one was unintentional. Mine are still on the triggers.
Ah. It happens. Scrim's getting himself bringing himself back to be equal footing with Akis. Both players just about with rush ready again. A lot of this match seems to be defined pretty heavily by what happens with these rushes, so we'll see if Akis is able to get a really solid one and bring himself into the lead.
Please, Guardian,
please! Dodges, and that Guardian is going to save his face hard. Also, I just noticed that we're in Mausoleum again.
Of course we are.
All of your matches have been in Mausoleum.
I'm telling you. I hear politics. No, Bomber, you do not hear politics. Just out of group stage and Archie is back. I have to be
with the controversial statements too much.
I have to be Archie. There's no one left to be Archie. We have no default Helix players in this game.
So it's got to be Scratchy.
Scratchy Magoo. That's a long name.
Scratchy McGimps.
Scratchy Magoo. Oh, snag.
I'm gonna start off with a nice grab. And we're going to see Scrims get a follow-up grab as well. Also noting that that Guardian is giving him a little bit more damage there. 155 instead of the usual 150, which is allowing slowly stacking up. So that's about 15 more damage that Scrims normally would not have. Normally that's not going to make too much of a difference, but it's always nice to have that little bit of a push. I also just want to commend you, like, your Archie is really good.
Thank you. It's one of the things I've actually worked on in this game.
Yeah, I can notice the amount of work you put into this because there's so much patience and so much understanding of what you need to do to use it effectively.
Just like Rush, right?
Akis.
Patience and execution.
In everything but the rush. I mean, to be honest, my rushes are trash anyways. Did you... You got a perfect.
I did.
Nice.
I only have one vowel. What is it?
The default mech must stay alive. I have a vowel. Did you notice, like, I think it was during my tournament, in the last tournament I was in, the commentators were talking about how, like, I'm like a master rusher.
Oh.
I appreciate the compliment, but my rushes are very easy and hyper aggressive. Like, they're shield breakers. If anybody can say anybody does not have skill in something, it's me and rushes, because all of mine are just shield breaker rushes. I just throw fun chucks, the shield explodes, and then I punch them with nades. I can catch people a lot beyond there, but that's just because everybody's scared of me just popping rush because my rush is just always painful. Speaking of painful rushes, that's a really nice Rush the Rusher with the Guardian just eating out all of Akis' attack.
Rush the Rusher Shrimp Squad. Whew.
And that Dragon's going to get a very interesting laser shot. Or no, that was the Guardian. That was the... I believe it needs a moment.
Scrarch. Oh yeah, Scrarch is a very hard thing to say. 1-1, right?
No, you took both of them.
Oh. Right.
Oh.
Right. Well, that doesn't even matter because neither of us are moving on.
Some great matches regardless.
Oh, yeah.
Actually,
And Akis, GG's, I didn't even say it. You are an excellent player from whatever level you're at. You are due to be in more competition, good sir or ma'am, person.
I can't wait to see more of Akis.
Yeah.
Akis is a really great Lolopop.
That's what I'm saying. All right, so
Solid loadout.
Group A, we got Slush and Cold Stare moving on. Looks like by set wins, too. It was very close with Max. Group B, Rep and Griff, Shrimp Squad. Group C, not done yet. Group D, Riffa and Zahn moving on. Group E, Laura and Paul. Excellent, Laura. So glad to see you in final stage. Looks like Dendy is moving on for sure. And
Dendy!
AK is moving on as well. V and Cosmos. Group H is Sir Rosalina and Superior. Group I is Maraboto and Eloria. That looked like a close group there. Group J is Twin 5-0 and JM Canada. Group K, Resolve and Jaro moving on. Group L, Dart Remix and Iceman. And AM and Uran from my group. So that leaves us with Group C as the only incomplete group. And it looks like they may have 2 games left.
Looks like they are getting relatively close. I'm just seeing an update on what's going on here.
Okay, thank you much.
And while we're doing that, if I'm not mistaken, we have some important news.
Smash and
about
Splash 4. You can come hang with us and play your Switch on a water slide. If you want to get electrocuted. But if not, you can just go on water slides before playing your Switch with us.
Or after.
Yeah, or after. June 1st is the start date. Smash and Splash has been around for a bit as a Smash tournament and is hosting ARMS this year. I have myself and Redengard coming for sure from Shrimp Squad. I know Defer from FIA is flying out. A potential JM Canada sighting, maybe, possibly. But anyway, it's going to be super duper hype. And we have more exciting news. They are accepting a crowd-funded pot for the pot bonus for ARMS out there. We're starting a Matcherino. Believe, do you have the link for that?
I did, but then I stopped, and I'm gonna go find it right now.
Well, we'll post the link in chat. If anybody is interested in helping out Smash and Splash's prize pot for ARMS, it will be specifically for ARMS. You can guarantee your donations will be part of that prize pot. So if anybody's feeling froggy, feeling like supporting, this will be a huge, huge local. I'm pretty sure Pega and Ku are coming from Japan, right?
Pega does have plans to drop by. I'm really excited to see him.
So Pega's coming from Japan, guys. This is going to be so hype.
The prize pool already has $200, specifically thanks to Hanukkah Jamboree and Midone.
And Hanukkah Jamboree is the one putting the event on, so you can know before even signing up that it's going to be an A1 event. Hanukkah does it right. Yes, Bobbert, good call. Shout out to Cold Stare, Crocal, and Nbeard for the Splash and Smash donations. Oh, and Malieve, there is the Matcherino link. Thank you for posting that. Yes.
My pleasure.
Hanukkah is best TO for show. You got that right. Yeah, I know. They're coming to America. I'm so hyped for that.
Now they're gonna get to feel as awkward as I did going over there and not understanding a single thing going on.
Yeah, I'm sure. But they're gonna be in the middle of Wisconsin, which is just like a bunch of open area, and then there's this conglomerate, which is a giant building with water slides in it. It's very, very America.
I should actually try to do a bit of research on Japanese so I can at least do some communicating with them, because it'd probably help them out to have some people they could talk to.
Yeah, it would definitely help. I think that's part of the reason Defer's coming. All I can say is yes in Japanese. That's it.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, you're good. Oh, Dendy, we'd love to see you. No, you can't say R.I.P. Archo. We don't know if he's actually gone. We can't jinx it.
Scrimps, I can teach you another one too.
Oh, what is it?
To thank people.
Sugo!
You just... No, not Sugoi.
What is that one?
Sugoi is awesome.
Okay.
Origato gozaimasu. That's what you say to thank people.
Origato. What was the second part?
Origato gozaimasu.
Gozaimasu?
Yes.
Origato gozaimasu. Hiya! Hi! That's really racist. This is the entire reason I took 3 years of Japanese. Stubbs, you didn't take Japanese. You lying.
You do it wonderfully.
Thanks, yeah, I think I really nailed it and totally didn't embarrass myself. Stubbs, why? Why did you take 3 years of Japanese? You live in the middle of Indiana. Scrimps and Malieve pre-banned from Japan. No!
I didn't. I'm sorry. No.
Leave Malieve out of this. She didn't do anything.
I did absolutely nothing. I taught him, and then he said it. I have no affiliation with what he says.
Yeah, I know.
We're only cool friends who like to hang out. There's nothing else going on.
Technically, I didn't say anything. I just made noises, so.
It's just noises.
Well, aren't all words really just noises out of our mouth? Oh boy. All right, how's that group doing out there? Group C?
They want Malif's 4th place medal back too. No, they can't have it. It's got Yabuki's signature on it.
Out of my dead hands. Does it really have Yabuki's signature too?
On the box that the medal is in.
Oh, that's awesome. Words are just noises. Did you guys know that music is really just the timing between the silence?
And looks like I'm just trying to get an update on one more match that's going on in Group C.
Yabuki wants to erase his signature too.
No, Yabuki can't. He's not allowed to.
Hey, AK, let me tell you one thing right now. I do like shrimp, so we'll get that out of the way. Deep shrimpo, deep sea shrimp out here.
Oh, okay. Deep sea shrimp.
My brain can't handle this today. Sorry for dropping the super deep knowledge on you guys. Better report your match. Yeah, come on in, man. We're waiting on you.
Yeah, we're waiting for that score so we can get things moving.
Oh, that is the one score left. Come on in, man. You're better than that.
I'm gonna take opportunity to go to the washroom.
Okay.
For this.
And there it is. Match was set. High
Shift, you salty sailor.
High shift. Okay, so group stage is done. I didn't hear any discrepancies during that 15 minutes we were waiting, so I'm going to figure it's good. Ending group stage. And that is a large bracket. Oh my goodness. Alright, so we can't stream as many matches as we normally do. Let me get V and Superior Fan as my first match. Mariboto and JM, you can play. Resolve and Iceman, you can play. I will stream AM versus Cold Stare. Stream that one. Alright, we're gonna stream V versus Superior first, then AM Cold Stare, then Replicant Bummer, and then Dart URAN. And that'll be all we stream from round 1. Then in round 2, we'll stream another 4 matches, and then round 3 and out. So we've got Serp just waiting on V here. I could only answer back in meows.
Oh no. Okay, so what's going on? Okay, we got that new list. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of people. Oh, this is huge.
What's huge?
The final brackets.
Oh yeah, the bracket was massive. I had to like zoom out on my screen.
Wait, how do you zoom out?
In the browser. Resolve, you're not up. You are feisty.
Oh, I can do that. There's a full screen option.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow, that helps out a lot. Alright, so who was first?
It's Serp versus V.
Woo! Oh, that's gonna be a fun one.
Oh yeah. Very
Here, I'm
excited to see V in action.
We haven't seen V in one of these yet. So
Yeah.
this will be the first one for V, and Serp making a comeback after a long while absent from the Mega Leagues.
If I can find the split screen option, there we go.
And we see V's actually a Dr. Coil main right now, if I'm not mistaken. Going with the Chakram and Megawatt too, so Serp's gonna have an easy time as soon as he gets that armor. But that Megawatt might be able to apply some nice pressure and just kind of prevent him from being able to do much even when he's big boy.
I love seeing the Megaton out here. I always say it's the worst arm in the game, and
Oh no, that's Kablammer.
there's always somebody who will disagree, and they have their own worst arm. But it's in the bottom 10, no debate.
I would not disagree with you.
So it's great to see it effectively used. And V's right there with Serp. Oh! Gets up out of the way. No tri-bolt for you, sir. I'm sorry, Serp, but I'm definitely cheering for V. Go ahead, Malik.
V definitely having a good understanding of the movement of Dr. Coil. Being very methodical, being very thought out. Lots of very swift and sudden movements going on in there. I also like that V's going with the Mad Scientist lab coat color scheme.
Oh yeah, it's wonderful.
And we actually see V taking the first round of this set.
Let's talk about that. How is this combo taking it to Serp? Did Serp have a Chakramon first round?
He did.
Okay, I figured. And now has gone double roaster.
Oh no, yeah, Tribolt.
Oh, that's
So
right, that's right. One of those stun arms.
The Megaton was eating through that roaster. Serp just making an incredible comeback here. Just bring it all the way back. That Tribolt just getting countered too easily. So he's just gonna switch to two big, nice toasty arms. Nice roasty arms. And V gonna switch things up to a Birdchuck and Chakram here. So now we've finally seen something that might be a little bit better against that armor. That said, it doesn't look like V's really too worried about that, just trying to get just intense damage, a lot of general pressure and pokes. I feel like the Birdchuck will be pretty effective for that. That Chakram saving V from a grab and is able to shield off the rush. V gonna pop a rush of their own, and she is not successful in getting anything beyond chip damage. That said, Serperior has a weakened arm, and V might be able to get something to come off of that. Does get a freeze with the Birdchuck, gets a second one. Does not go for the grab though, as she felt that Serp was too ready to punish that, and is just gonna go for a bunch of chip damage.
And V, right after saying she cannot do roasters, is showing that, oh, she can do roasters. All she had to do is take out that Burchuck.
And that's just barely not going to be a shield breaker.
And dangerous times now. Oh, yes!
Catches Serp with one more. Well aimed Chakram for 55. And that's going to be V taking the first set.
V has done it. Has defeated the mighty Superior.
The mad scientist moves on.
This is fantastic, V. I love it. She said that felt good.
Going straight back in. Oh wait, we're doing double mausoleum. That's against the rules.
Oh. But of course it repeated it, right?
Mausoleum is the stage of the day.
All right, guys. Well,
this tournament is brought to you by Mausoleum. Get your spooks at mausoleum.com.
Somebody, if you guys are okay fighting with this, then I'm fine with it. But
judging by how they're going, it looks like they're fine with it. We'll see if things change up in a moment.
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
So this matchup definitely looks like as soon as Serp starts getting momentum, V is going to struggle immensely. But if V can apply a healthy amount of pressure and just keep things going in her favor, then she's definitely going to be able to take this. But the reason why she probably said she can't do roasters is she probably feels that she needs to do a near perfect match, which she got, mind you. She did get it, but she has to be very precise, basically perfect with a lot of her plays.
Man.
At least with how she approaches it.
Serp is grabbing away here. Good rush from V. That'll land for 300.
And she's going to get caught by the rush. And now Serp having a really strong lead here.
Yeah.
V had a...
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was talking to chat, so I would have rather that you went ahead. But Rashiko, I know the rule does frustrate me just because it's such a little nuisance. Like we're hitting the random button. I shouldn't have to worry about playing the same stage 4 times in a row. It's ridiculous.
It'd be nice if there was an option just to prevent doubles from happening.
Yeah.
It would be nice if there were a lot more options. I'd love to be able to spectate during party lobbies.
Yeah, that'd be cool too.
The thing I was going to say though, there's a couple of things that might have been going on there. V may have actually spent all her energy getting up to here and on that first round. Because I know when I lose momentum, or like when I lose that energy, I lose it hard and you can notice it very quickly, especially in big tournaments like that. Like my fight against Mastermind where I just kind of stopped after like the first 2. And everything just kind of spiraled downhill. V might have something a little bit similar going on. Yeah. We see V switching things up, going with a different loadout too.
I think it's really smart going with the Ram here to knock Brass down, and that Parasol is going to be a lot better at parrying.
She's definitely had enough of just kind of like playing with her default loadout.
Yeah, her default loadout, she had to dodge all of the roasters to get through. Now she can parry a few of them and get around with the Ram.
And she doesn't have to fear about his armor just eating through several of these attacks and just lapping his way to the bank.
Yeah. V already with Rush. Serp gonna have his by the time it's ready.
I think V's Rush will be superior here or superior in this case. As if he pops his, she can just parry a lot of the attacks with the Parasol, and then the Ram is going to kind of just slip in a bit ahead and get the shot in.
That was really well done from V. Superior had been doing the exact same double punch out of shield, and she read that perfectly, triggered Rush.
And from here, it looks like a position where Serp might want to pop Rush. Brass is always a character that, even in a behind spot like this, uses that deflect and is going to put himself in the lead. That's it. If V can get one quick hit in, it's going to bring it back. Cannot find that, and Serp is going to take it with inches. Oh my goodness, I love this full screen. It looks so good.
What screen?
Full screen for the challenge.
Oh, yeah.
I see it all so clearly.
V not going to connect on the rush. Serp backing up.
They're playing a lot more patiently here, just working with that shield very often. And he still is doing a double investment of both gloves. He's finding a lot of things that are just working for him too. He'll very often just wake up, grab the opponent. And so far, it's been pretty rewarding for him. He's got a lot of very strong hits in there.
Serp clearly trying to bait a grab from V so he can get this rush off. Might not need to now. And well done.
And he's going to bring it back and close any hopes and dreams V may have had of moving into round 2 of Mega League Mondays.
Yes. Very well done from V. Hard fought match. But it is Superior in the end who is superior. Going on to face his buddy Slosh.
He had a really nice start, but just lost that momentum.
So next up is AM and Cold Stare.
And who do we have beyond that? Or are those just the two we're going to go for round 1?
Actually, I'm trying to figure out because Cold Stare and Max tied in group stage, apparently.
Oh, so you're going to try to figure out who's going on there?
Oh, God. Max, I was in Discord, said, I hate shrimps. I'm like, what? What did I do?
No!
What did I do?
Well, while we're waiting for Shrimps just to get things set up, does anybody... I've been to Japan twice. Does anybody have any questions? Want to talk about any
Oh,
the
there you
event?
go. Yeah.
Like, I'm not good at just kind of rambling and telling stories of what I did there. I'll just get really cut to the chase, be like, I went to the arcade, it was fun, I didn't feel comfortable then. And then I went to the tournament the next day, took 4th place. Then after that, I got drunk. Fun times!
Yes.
But if anybody has like any questions or like any comments about like the streams, like I saw them. There's some really fun stuff in there. I saw some fun quotes in there, like "You will never be a cute anime girl." Definitely
Yeah,
the most heartbreaking of comments ever.
That was pretty hilarious. I mean, some of the stuff people say, you just have to laugh at. It's like, really, you are thinking really hard.
What did I eat there? Ooh. Okay, let's see. A lot of things. Okay, I'll just note a couple of my favorite things that I ate there. There was a crepe that was... It was a crepe, and it had tuna, mashed potatoes, and cheese in it.
Oh. Oh.
It was magical.
Oh.
It was... Oh.
That's gross.
You're gross. It was sugoi.
Oh, I just realized, guys, they have the MLM running scores in here. Like, it shows your points from this event specifically, because I have all the MLMs in one. Oh, I'm not even on the screen. Here you go. Now you can see. All the MLMs are in their own organization, so you can actually see your placements overall on all the fight clubs, or all the MLMs. Let's see, who do we think's highest? I looked at Resolve, he's at 6. Where's JM? Where's the snake?
Hama asks, do you think you will ever be a cute anime girl despite the comment? I don't know, after being told I will never be one, I don't know if I ever can now. I think my hopes and dreams have been dashed.
Oh, Rifa is number 4 in MLMs.
Ooh, nice.
I don't even know. Maybe Twin 5-0? Probably up there. Is number 6. Okay. I don't know.
Rosalina, did you see Yubuki-san flying up high in the sky? I mean, I looked pretty high when I saw him the first time.
AM Frequency and Max join me. It is not Cold Stare, it is Max who is moving on.
Max, that was also awesome, but Resolve, you're not yet, buddy.
Yeah, not yet, buddy. I like your badge though, that bird beak thing. I don't know what that is.
It is really cool. I like seeing it.
Okay, can we ping them?
I think your biggest obstacle there is turning into a cartoon. Yeah, we'll be fine. So we're going for a max out and going for AM.
Yes. And apparently nobody has my friend code.
And that should be... Oh, hang on. Let's see.
Yes, Dart, you and Uran are being streamed in the last matchup there. The only other matches being streamed are Replicant versus Bummer and Dart Remix versus Uran in the first round. So Maraboto and JM, you guys can play.
I think
Resolve,
everybody
can you
else
back out,
finished
please?
in round 1. I think everybody except Maraboto and JM, and the ones that you wanted to stream have all finished up.
Okay, Max added my friend code, so I have to back out.
Okay.
And we gotta get Resolve out of the lobby somehow.
Resolve, buddy, friend, pal, please. Resolve, please.
Somehow. We gotta get it done.
How about I just open up a new lobby? Let's do that.
Okay. Then you can do the stages too.
I'll take responsibility of the stages.
Oh gosh, that's scary.
You're telling me.
That is scary stuff. Alright, so I'll join. I'm gonna leave once her lobby's up. Okay. You can't find Bummer? Send out the info.
Okay. I enjoy chilling and looking at things, but now I have to do more things. Psyched. He's very excited.
It is time for Excite.
Hi.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hi. Konnichiwa.
Okay, we got the stages set. Now, AM and Maxo, please join us. There's Max.
Since everybody's essentially finished up except for the 3 matches we want to stream, should we maybe let 1 or 2 of those go so we can quickly slip into round 2?
What do you mean?
Because a lot of pretty much all of the round 1 matches except for the ones we want to stream are all set and ready to.
Yeah, we'll all just start round 2 at the same time because I have to stream like 4 of those matches anyway, so they're gonna have like 45 minutes.
Oh yeah.
To do it. Otherwise, they'll just be waiting even longer if they go ahead. AM, we need you.
And I think the stages are all set up, so we should be set to go.
Cool. Okie dokie. AM going Springman. Sometimes he does go Ribbon. And Maxow is definitely a Ribbon. A very good Ribbon.
My connection is just trash from here and there. If I sound like a terrible robot from time to time, I apologize. There's just weird stuff going on with my connection. Maxow, is it... Oh, go ahead.
I was just responding. Sir Rosalina, there is a ranking system on my challenge page somewhere. You can go to the whole thing. Sorry, Malik, go ahead.
Maxow is a really good Ribbon Girl. We don't really see them very often here. Mostly because of the time differences and the distance. It just, there's a handful of complications, but it's always exciting to see them. I believe Maxow was actually the first player beyond like Resolve that I considered a rival. That back when I was still playing Default Mechanica.
Oh, Maxow not quick enough to get out of that one, but still has a rush here and just needs to land it. And will.
And this little slap is going to take AM down.
The Popper Slapamander, a deadly set from Ribbon Girl.
Is Maxow still working with defaults? Nice. I mean, Ribbon Girl's defaults are really nice, and if you're comfortable with something, it usually works out pretty good. Maxow going to start off with a couple of nice hits, keeping both players relatively equal in health pools.
Maxow really quick with his dashes and movements in between punches.
He has a really good mix-up where he is moving around on the ground a lot, and then he'll just kind of quickly jump into the air and get a really nice hit in.
Yeah, I like the style for sure.
Definitely a Ribbon Girl I do not see very often. Like, it's a very unique approach to how Ribbon Girl works. Honestly, I think it's a really good one too.
Ooh!
That deflect into rush and going to cement a nice lead.
Oh, Maxow knew it was coming, got out of there, but went for another dash as opposed to shielding. Probably not going to cost him, and does not. Maxow wins the first match in this best of 3.
And that is Buster Beach wrapped up, so we're just going to put the cord on that beach. And we're good. And we're going to see ourselves entering the temple grounds now. Knowing how AM fights, understanding the mechanics of Ribbon Girl, I definitely say this stage is going to be very advantageous to Maxow, especially if they can keep themselves away from the corners. That said, if AM is able to apply solid pressure and push Maxow back, get rid of those pillars, he can definitely start bringing this back for himself.
Oops.
And we're going to see both players relatively equal and with health still. Both of them tend to stick together within their health pool range, at least for the first while. But it seems like Maxow will frequently just pick up momentum and is able to start bringing things back, or bringing things to a very solid lead.
Couple great aerial grabs there from Maxow. AM low on health. Maxow gets another grab in. AM can't kill with rush yet.
But if he can get some good momentum rolling for him, he might have been able to take it. That said, whenever I start rants like that, usually that's curtains for them, and in this case was not different.
All right, Cold Stare, see you around, man. Good to have you back.
But, boy, Cold Stare, thanks for dropping by. It's always a pleasure to have you here. So, Cold Stare is the best KK slider.
He's the best default for sure.
Oh, yes.
Oh, AM gonna catch Max out there and take a lead, which he has not had so far. Maxo
Gets caught slap though.
320.
Maxo, definitely one of the players a lot more experienced in getting that Slap-O-Mander to land. Something that a lot of players still struggle with. I know JM relies heavily on the glove to make sure that that Slap or Slime-O-Mander that he tends to have equipped actually lands. Most players generally will just miss gloriously with it if they have to rely on it.
Oh yeah.
Maxo, far more consistent with it though. Like that's the second time in just these sets that we've seen Maxo get a rush that was purely reliant on the Slap-O-Mander.
Yeah, triggered by the slap. It's so hard to do.
And does have rush ready. Is going to pop it, catch Max out as they dodge into the corner.
That was really nice.
And we see Maxo going to keep that loadout. AM going to put the second toaster away and is going to bring out a boomerang. Maybe a little worried that that double roast toaster was not meant to be, or is not going to be consistent enough in the upcoming matches, and just really needs something to either catch Maxo off guard, or something that's just better at catching what Maxo does. That's it. It's not really working out for him this time, as Maxo is having a pretty solid lead, has rush ready. He's probably just waiting for that good one moment.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult for AM to move that arm away from the toaster because he's facing the popper on that side from Maxo, and I think that's why the boomerang's leaving him open a little bit.
Yeah. Maxo gets a nice grab and finishes with a popper on wake up, catching AM completely off guard as he was making the approach to get rush ready.
Yeah, that was banana land timing there from Maxo. On the get up. Good stuff.
And can we get Replicant and Bummer in here now?
Yes, Replicant and Bummer, and that will be the last match from round one. I told Dart and Uran to go ahead and fight so that we don't get behind. The first match from round two will be JM versus Resolve, which is number 4 versus number 9 in the world, so that'll be fun. But for now, Replicant versus Bummer. If we can get a hold of Bummer, I know he was MIA.
Somebody get Bummer! Hunt him down!
Yeah, not sure if he's around, and if not, then we'll have somebody else from his group play.
Just a quick buy or something on those lines. Hopefully Bummer drops it by.
Yeah, and the cold stare on challenge is actually Maxo. There's just not a lot I can do about that right now. I might be able to, but it's a lot
We'll
of
just
work.
pretend.
Yeah, we'll pretend.
We have imagination. We'll use it. It'll just be like when S3 was using my account to talk in Arm Central. It confused so many people, but it was glorious.
Oh, and
Yeah,
Bummer, he has one of those birds too.
A bluebird!
Bluebird. What is this blasphemy? Stages set.
Stages is set.
All right. We're good to go, you two.
Also, Scrims, could you update the AM Colts or AM Maxo matchup so that that one is ready? And then I think every other one should be good. You'll definitely want to keep an eye on those, as Maxo doesn't actually have control over that.
What am I doing?
The match between AM and Cold Stare. Cold Stare won.
Yeah, that's Maxo. Cold Stare is Maxo.
No, could we give the match to Cold Stare so that we have it set up for round 2?
I did.
Oh, okay. It's just not updated on my side then.
I was really confused. We got it.
My bad. Sorry about
That's
that.
okay.
Replicant starting off really strong with the nades homie loadout. Another really fun setup that you don't see too often, but you see it from players like this, and it's just, they found a way to make it work, and it works really well.
Yeah, I just love the creativity from Rep. He went with the color scheme, the name. It's called Nuka Lola for anybody who played Fallout with the Nuka Cola. It's beautiful. So explosive, color themed, and very effective. He's been dedicating a lot more time to this set over his min-min. Hama said the Matcherino you talked about earlier got sponsored now. If anyone clicks on it, we get 20 more cents in the pot.
What?
Huh?
What?
What do you mean it got sponsored? By
Nice!
By Matcherino? How does that work?
I don't understand.
I don't
but that
understand
sounds
either.
Amazing.
But that is awesome.
Okay, oh yeah, we can already see it. Like,
cool.
there's 40 cents added in there.
Koo's in here. Oh my gosh.
Cool!
Cool. I love you, man. We got Maliv commentating with me, and you're watching Rep. Yeah. Your homies.
Maliv commentate. Scrim's awesome. Zagoy, commentate. I'm not gonna be like that for the entire thing. Because... Alright, so we've kind of not really talked much about this match so far. That said, Bummer is going to pop rush, bring things back, and now it is 1-1 for both players.
What do you mean you don't get how it's Nuka Cola? She's cola colored and very explosive, just like Nuka Cola is in a nuclear world.
It is. It packs a real punch. And we also saw, like, that Actress Aura has a huge range. Like, that nade was nowhere near Bummer. Yeah, it was still getting slowed down.
He said, hey guys, I'm cool. Sugoi!
Sugoi! Hey, cool! I actually had Massimo drop by my stream earlier yesterday. That was thrilling. I need to start watching some of their streams, or at least finding them, and especially if they're on Twitch, I'm gonna try to follow them and have them put pretty high on my list of auto hosts.
Oh, Rep explodes Bummer out. No, I'm with you, Maliv. I need to go watch. I know Koo streams on Twitch, right?
Oh, it is on Twitch?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, then what are we waiting for? Be sure to follow Koo. He does good streams.
Yeah, can somebody find the link and give it to a mod so they can post it? Because I can't do the auto command for that. Rep.
Oh, Koo's hosting you right now.
Oh, beautiful.
Here. He does have a Twitch account.
Nice.
I'm not sure if he does anything with it. I'm hoping he does. Yeah, he's got a video on there.
Sick. Good stuff there from Replicant versus Bummer.
And that link I posted is his Twitch. Be sure to check him out. Give him some support.
Of
awesome
course,
guy.
Of course, Koo. I'm a big fan of yours. I wish I got to meet you in Japan. But if you make it to Smash and Splash, I'll be there.
And we're just gonna fix up the stages. Thank you two for being patient enough and giving me the upper two. I think that's good. Okay.
Right.
I'm gonna start focusing on the matches again, like a professional commentator.
Yeah, we got this now. We were distracted by all the love from Koo.
My short attention span can't be running amok like this.
Hey, Trap, good to see you, man.
Replicant switching that homie out for the Seeky now. Possibly going for some more better setups. If the explosion is going to be about the same, but if Bummer is kind of wandering on the ground, that explosion is going to be very dangerous.
Oh, Koo said he's gonna join Smash and Splash 4. Yes!
Nice!
Oh, I'm so excited.
We'll get some good representation, and now the North America side will get to see how good some of these JP players are.
It's gonna be like the whole ARMS community. It's gonna be too much for me to handle.
It's already too much for me to
I
handle.
know. All right. Anyway, back to focusing, like we talked about.
Replicant doing a really good job with the CP and put out just.
Yeah, yet to be hit. I like the switch from Homie to Siki. It takes some real cojones to switch out your favorite loadout like that, and that's gonna kill. Ooh.
A flare, a fabulous finish off. Just
Rep.
switching out the loadout just so that explosion is a little prettier. Now we've even got the Siki matching Bummer's face as it lands on him. Bummer switching over to... That was terribly mean, I'm sorry. Bummer switching over to the Sparky and the... No, I think they were... Bummer working with the Tribal and Sparky here. That Sparky can be really dangerous for Replicant, and it can potentially get some good hits in. But we're also looking at a very slow, methodical, and dangerous loadout that Replicant has. And I actually feel like that Tribal is going to
The nade hand
struggle.
saved him! See, blowing yourself up is not always bad.
It's actually a underappreciated thing. Just having the explosive arms allows you to evade a lot of rush setups.
Oh, great. Oh, Rep
Doesn't even pop rush, they're just kind of dances.
didn't want to take advantage.
We've even got Rep dancing here.
This is so much explosion happening on the screen.
Bummer trying to find a good...
and he gets one.
Gets a nice stun with that Sparky swing through the Siki.
Rep trying to keep his space now.
Bummer with Resh ready is probably going to try to get something going soon.
Nice
Had
grab.
a few good chances, ends up holding it a little bit longer, just going for all of the grabs. And here we have Rep taking him, Replicant down. Bummer taking Replicant down.
Yeah, Replicant fighting out of the corner. He's got his rush back. Can he land? He triggers, and that's going to do it for that round. Probably should have hung on to that if you're Rep right there.
After getting stunned like that, Rep kind of panicked. Tried a very desperate attempt to get that rush in there and was not able to get it to land. Switching over to the Tri-Bolt now as well. I'm gonna have a nice little start here with a stun and Siki combo.
Ooh.
Bummer going to pop rush, bringing the health wheels back to about even.
Yeah.
If Replicant can get this to land,
The whole reason he put on the Tri-Bolt was to help land that. Oh, well, maybe not the whole reason, but definitely.
that angle just a little too unfavorable with Lola's bounce and ends up missing a lot of the shot.
There's a nice one, too, from Rep, who is, again, keeping his distance. Working up a bit of a rush, but that doesn't seem to be his main purpose. Oh! How did he get out of the way of that?
He was just hairs away from getting stunned by his own Siki.
That definitely would have hit me. Oh, nice
One of the
rush.
Oh, lands some of it, but Bummer was still just at the edge of it, so Replicant was not able to connect all of it. A big thing that makes the Siki a little more dangerous for characters like Helix than characters like Lollipop, like Mechanica, and so on and so forth, is the fact that they have some good movement options even while on the ground.
Oh. Just shield, boy! Woo!
Replicant's going to make it through in one piece.
Oh, man. That was close.
And Replicant was able to see that Siki land on the ground, take a few steps back, and was perfectly safe. And that's going to be Replicant taking both of them and moving into round 2.
Yes. I switched
Replicant-
my round 2 title a little too quick. Too quick.
Replicant, proud member of Shroom Squad, and also awesome friend of Millie.
Yes.
All right.
Tramps.
And that sets us up to be ready for the next batch of fighters.
Yep.
Can we get JM and Resolve in here?
Are the stages ready?
They are.
Beautiful.
Let me double check. They aren't.
See,
They are.
We're here for each other.
They are. I did it, but then I closed it the wrong way.
Okay, so we have a little under 2 hours to get this done. I don't want to take that full time, so we're gonna see a good amount of fights still. Trust me, just not all of them. So we're gonna see JM Canada and Resolve first. Then we'll see. Resolve's ready. Go ahead and go for it, Resolve. Do it.
Resolve screaming at JM there.
Yeah, we'll figure this out next. I definitely want to see Paul and Twin 50. So let's just do that one next, and then maybe we'll move on to round 3.
Okay, I'll make sure they're aware. And everyone else in round 2 is free to go?
Yes.
Done.
Beautiful.
Resolve starting off very... Resolve working with the Chakram here! Getting a lot more coverage, a little more of a curvy edge... angled arm, going at different directions. And working with the Toaster, an always reliable glove of his.
A very, very high-ranking matchup here. This is number 4 versus number 9. Oh wait, actually the dashboard just switched 8 minutes ago, so I don't know what their rankings are.
Top players.
Definitely top.
Top 10 players. Like, consistently within the top 10, if not the top 5.
Yep.
If not the top 3.
Yeah.
If not the top 2. Jam going to
Nicely
get
timed.
that there and get a very successful rush,
Huge.
giving himself a really nice health lead.
380, and now it's Resolve, who is down to just a sliver of health. He has his buff on. And there it is, JM able to get through with an uncharged roaster and end it.
He also successfully parried the Ram just before it connected. If he didn't do that, he might not have been able to have that roaster land and finish Resolve. Resolve starting off very strong though, getting a nice 250 damage
Wow.
off, and he's going to pop off rush
The
immediately.
timing
for
on that rush
another
was
320.
stupid. He had no time to react to that.
This is such a fast
I know.
matchup. Just watching JM quickly throwing everything at Resolve. Resolve quickly threading through so many of these attacks, deflecting half of the others.
I usually have something useful to like, all right, this player's gonna try and do this, but by the time I open my mouth, there have been 8 throws. It's just crazy.
And within little over 40 seconds, we have Resolve quickly whittling down JM's health and ending the second round. Both players just about ready with Rush 2. JM fully charged with his, Resolve just about at his. I don't think either of these players are ones who would like to rush the Rusher though.
No, definitely not. And I also don't think either of these players are liking that the middle of the stage is open. It's really gonna change their
things have
strategy.
slowed down
Yeah,
immensely.
they're just poking
Like-
at each other now.
Resolve just waiting back, getting those charges, and just kind of throwing an odd toaster.
And now JM takes an HP lead. He hits again, so and sooner or later, one of these two is going to have to close the distance, and they should probably do that before it's too late.
Yeah, Resolve's definitely gonna need to start thinking about that as the clock is ticking down. We've only got 50 seconds
Yeah,
left.
Resolve trying to
Almost
find his
half the
way in.
match
This is
over.
so apparent that the trampoline is an issue now, watching this matchup. Not an issue, but a definite game changer.
Jam going onto the sprint. Resolve hopping up to,
And
going to miss the
Not
rush.
gonna happen. Now JM coming back. He's got a rush to give. Oh.
And Resolve gonna push him back off the spring.
JM gonna get inside and land this whole thing. 380 with the juggle, and now backs up immediately. Look at him trying to get back behind and use
She's
it.
like, I do not want to be a part of this anymore.
Get me away
I
from
just
Deflect Man.
Jam just wants to drink his maple syrup.
Yes, straight from the tree. Oh, and Resolve has
Resolve
given up
accepts it.
on this match. Okay, okay. He knows it's a best of 3.
Mummy Hospital, best stage ever.
All right, make sure to ban
I
that
can
one.
understand the sentiment there. So we're gonna get rid of it.
Yep. Yeah, for those of you guys that don't know, after group stage, we have a clause where we don't play the same stage twice in a row, and we do that by disabling it from the random list. So we meet again for the 20th MLM in a row.
Good rule to get rid of repeated stages.
Yes.
Because I don't like those.
Nobody likes repeated stages.
Resolve putting that Ramron down, switching it over for a Chakram now, a little bit faster. Not going to have that fire damage, but really, in this matchup, that fire damage is not important.
Right, and this will also allow Resolve to take advantage of some stun situations, which he is very good at.
Definitely loves his stuns. Both players around equal footing here. That said, Resolve does have a pretty weak shield, and if he's not careful, Jam might be able to capitalize on that. Does get that shield to charge it back up right away, though. And it looks like Jam's going to try to... He's trying to bait out the rush. Just call it out, maybe dodge it really quickly.
Oh, gets it off in time. Jam good at mixing it up when he comes inside, and the percentage of rushes that he hits definitely shows that that's true. Holy moly.
Jam going to get one more solid roaster in there as Resolve is closing in the gap to get his rush and is knocked down.
Not the worst thing for Resolve, though, as he prevented JM from building any more rush at the end of that round.
Which very often is actually a very valid strategy. And we have Resolve hopping rush, able to get 30 damage off and prevent the punish.
And the way that JM baited that out was so strange. He just kind of took like a slow motion slap-a-mander from a long distance, and Resolve thought he had enough space to get in, but JM did not throw that other arm. He knew it was coming.
Jam going to land another successful rush.
Yeah, 375 on that one, almost completely full. And connection with Resolve was lost.
Resolve is on his way home. Fortunately, he doesn't have to worry about getting kicked out of the place this time.
I guess that's one plus. So we'll take a look at the bracket.
Looks like most.
Yeah, Paul and Twin50 joined me, and the rest.
Yeah, yes, that's our next one.
The rest of you may play. So JM Canada moving on to face Superior. Most of the rest of you are probably in your matches right now, which is good. What's up with these -1s, guys? Do we have people drop out? Or is my screen just funky?
Those are -1s.
So Zon and Cosmos dropped out?
Yes? Maybe their game bar's closed up.
Possible.
JM used to be human, he no longer is.
I saw that.
No longer is he.
I saw that. Oh. So, yeah, Sir Rosa and Rifa, what happened with those matchups? Why is it like that? Oh, Zon dropped. Okay, gotcha.
Okay, they just had life. It happens.
Please don't judge me. I'm only ranked 10, says Paul. We're not judging anyone, man. You're in round 2 of an MLM, so yeah,
there's going to be, at this point, there is no negative judgment. Yeah. I personally try not to judge negatively anyways, but if you've made it to round 2 and you're a rank 10, you are, as far as I care, the best rank 10 player out there. And you're definitely not going to be ranked 10 for much longer. You're going up, buddy. As soon as both of you are ready, I think this is another Lolopop. No, it's a... Oh, I got japed hard. A fan of Lolopop, but truly a Springtron. Is that a Lockjaw? Ah, yes. This is my kind of player. Oh my goodness, are they... Is this real? Okay. Okay. I got really excited. They are not going double Lockjaw, they are going Lockjaw Chakram. And Twin 5-0 is going to stick with the ever classic Biffler Ice Dragon.
We back.
We've got a Lockjaw Springtron here.
Oh my goodness, I love it.
I'm not sure how well that's going to work out in this matchup, as Twin 5-0 is incredibly fast. But it can provide some ample defensive support, especially against the Biffler.
And for those
that Ice Dragon,
if any of you guys haven't seen Twin 5-0 play before, this is going to be a treat. A very unique set. A very unique set, I guess you'd call it.
One that Twin 5-0 has spent countless hours just refining and perfecting.
Yes.
And we see that rush going to give Twin 5-0 the first round.
And Paul opting out of the headlock, or lockjaw, sorry.
As cool as it was and how excited it made me, it's probably not a good arm for this match. I honestly don't think I would use it here. So I'm glad he can notice that that might not have been the safest idea as well. And I notice he's also going with the double Burchuck. Pops that rush a little too eagerly.
Okay.
Does get a grab though.
Okay, Paul. Going for some nice grabs here.
Being very patient, just trying to wait things out, see if he can find those good moments to get some hits in there.
Whoa, he knocks down the Ice Dragon beam with that Burchuck.
Double Burchuck is actually pretty good against Twin 5-0, I would say.
Yeah.
5-0 can get around it, but it also just kind of outweighs his attacks. And then that might, if used well, could pressure 5-0 into having to use Rush. And if you have Rush ready when 5-0 has Rush, you could potentially overpower them. I think it's a good loadout for this match, but it just needs the right implementation.
What's up,
5-0
Pineapple?
going to take this round. Hoi, Pineapple!
Hoi, hoi. Always go for the lowest hanging fruit, says Cheesy Luigi.
Ranked unlocks the potential in you.
And this is a best of 3, so hop
So-
back in.
Sparring Ring has been banned for now. Oh, you know, I'm not dead. This is a good point. It's good. It's very true. Very accurate. Twin 5-0 ready to go. Paul potentially trying to come up with a new strategy for this.
Yeah. And the rest of you guys, Griff, Endman, Rep, AK, and you ran. If you guys could mark down your scores whenever you're done, so that I can work on getting my next matchup set, please.
It's quite difficult to plan ahead when there's no information to plan ahead with.
Bingo.
I'm liking this loadout too. Lax going with Hydra, Roaster, and Thunderbird. A very hot loadout, if I would say. Except for that bird, which is pretty shocking.
It's shocking that that bird's not hot.
Very much is. And it also matches Lola's outfit, so it'll fit perfectly with landing in Twin 5-0's face. Because I'm going to say that again, I don't know why I did. Both players starting off pretty well in the first 20 seconds or so with about equal health pools.
Yeah, Twin, obviously using the spacing set, trying to keep a lot of distance, and it's working. Not a whole lot of damage exchanged between the two yet.
Indeed. Black's definitely going with a loadout that's he feels is going to benefit him a little bit more, especially in this range setting.
Twin had the freeze there and got a triple dragon instead of Paul taking one grab. It's always smart to shield first when you're frozen.
It's oftentimes just it very much could be better just to kind of take the grab and move on with life than have a chain of blows that just destroy your health pool.
Yeah. I'd rather get thrown one time than have half my health eaten in a combo. Paul with a nice rush.
A very nice rush, giving himself 200 or a nice 290 rush.
But goes for the EMP. Twin too experienced to let that go unpunished.
And especially at that range, he was just ready to catch that landing with a very welcoming hug.
Paul punching from a distance, pretty consistently jumping into the air and throwing both arms.
Paul almost coming in with that grab, but that Ice Dragon's beam just lasted a little too long for his liking, and he just ended up riding it.
When triggers rush, this will...
And that's going to be finishing.
End it. And then there was one.
Paul doing a pretty decent job. Had some really nice loadout choices, but just couldn't carry them out effectively.
Bird's not hot.
Bird is not hot.
Okay, so that'll be the only one streamed in round 2. Round 3, we're still waiting on them to finish. Let me refresh this.
Griff and Max Out are not updated. Endman and Rep are still fighting, I believe. And then I think Alauzo and Uran just finished theirs.
Okay, yep. So it's AK and Twin50. Rifa and Sir Rosalina. Let's stream that one right now.
Alright. And it looks like a bunch of the scores are being updated,
looks like
so we just
live right in front of us right there. Griff moving on over Maxow. Maxow, thanks for staying up and playing with us, man. I appreciate it. And then
it's always a joy to have you here.
So since we already saw Twin and we already saw JM, we'll just watch Rifa Sir Rosa and Griff versus whoever wins that. And then we'll move on to the semis and stream both of those. So Rifa Sir Rosalina join us now. Afterwards, Griff and the winner of Rep and Endman. Excellent.
And I'm just gonna make sure all the stages are ready. Yeah.
Rifa, one of the only players not on a team that clearly deserves to be on a team.
He definitely should be on a crew to some degree.
He should be.
Unless he doesn't want to. I know a couple of players who actually feel like it puts a lot of pressure on them.
Yeah, and I mean at this point, if you're one of the players who's still playing ARMS and you're not on a team, it's just like, well, you're on like the free agent squad almost.
You just do what you want.
Yep.
A lot of the crews tend to be a little more lax too. Like a lot of them are doing what they can to help players move to locals. But that's also a big thing. If you're not really looking into doing locals too much, then if you're not, there's a lot of reasons why a player might not want to look into the bigger stuff.
Definitely, yeah. If you're not trying to go to locals, then
Rosalina, you are up. We'll need you in here now.
Definitely less of a reason to be on a team if you're not trying to go to locals.
Okay, apparently Rosalina needs like 5 minutes, so...
Oh, okay. So... Poop on a stick. Poop. I
don't know that was a player.
I'd like to see how far along Replicant is. Hopefully almost done. Him and N-Man.
Oh. Rep is still... N-Man, their match is just starting.
Okay, I figured. 'Tis okay.
Did you want to stream it?
Sure. Yeah, if they haven't started.
Alright, we get Replicant and N-Man in here then.
Okay. Oh, I see. Big Shack. I'm preparing dinner. That's acceptable. That's acceptable. I should be preparing
Delicious
dinner
moms.
too, but you know.
I should probably as well. I'll do that later.
Oh, these are gonna. Oh, whatever. We'll keep it in the big face mode. Subliminal advertising. Smash and splash. June 1st. Do it now.
Matcherino, support,
Yes.
give money.
Oh, can you post
they're-
that link again? Actually, I want to click that and see what he's talking about with the 20 cents per click. Deleted
There.
link. Why are you not a mod?
What?
Why don't I have any mods? Everybody's symbols are gone.
I'm still a mod.
Oh god. It shows deleted
I-
link on my chat. I gotta refresh chat.
Oh no. Like, everybody lost, like, any status except me, which still has everything.
Oh,
Yeah,
all
reload
symbols
too.
are gone. Twitch is dead. All the links are getting deleted. Oh god. I just hope the stream doesn't go down.
Anarchy! N-Man going one of the few min-mins that actually works with defaults here.
Yeah, the mega
Replicant
watt.
going with that Nuka-Cola loadout, but switching out that homie for the Seiki again.
Yeah, I wonder if this is another matchup thing or if he's starting to like the Seiki better. Which, I mean, I would totally understand liking the Seiki better, because I do.
Shrimp Squad represents! That Seiki working pretty well too. About the same as the homie would, so there's not too much of a concern of
Yeah.
change up. It does a little less damage, but the stun potential can give Replicant some really good opportunities.
Right, and I think the only advantage that the Seiki would have over the homie against Min Min is she can't deflect kick it, but I don't think she could deflect kick a homie either.
She could deflect kick a homie and live through it,
charged homie?
but yeah, it's just going to be a little. Even then, like, might take some damage, but that's gonna happen. N-Man successfully using the Mega Watt and the Dragon to take Replicant down, though.
Hey, what's up, Jet? Good to see ya. Oh, February 24th. That's a funny date for you to come back on.
It's a very specific date.
It is the date of a tasty bowl of noodles day.
Oh, what's this? I wasn't aware.
No one is aware yet, except Pineapple.
Oh. So we're having some pineapple flavored noodles then?
That's it. That's
Nice.
that's the surprise.
I'll make sure that I have some pineapple and noodles ready for that. And man, is like a really decent, like a really good minion player that uses defaults. So that's still something that you don't see that much anymore either.
Yeah, just
The ouch
a
min
heavy arm in general is so rare to see.
especially on a min
Oh,
too.
barely catching the end of that Seiki.
Well, except for Damien.
Oh yeah, lost Damien.
Can't forget about him. He took second place last
Yeah.
week.
I felt so bad in Arms Central today. I was like, Damien who? And they're like, lost Damien. I was like, oh, thought you were just calling somebody by their first name.
Replicant also bringing this back. First round, N-Man having a really big lead, and N-Man not being able to bring it back. This time, it looks like it's probably going to be Replicant taking this round by more, almost like 75%. 75% health.
Yeah, Replicant largely successful in that round. They'll both have a rush going into next round, which technically gives a little bit of an advantage to Replicant because his rush can do 500 plus damage. Although, the rush from N-Man's not lacking either.
Both, I definitely could see the rush working in either player's favor, as that Dragon and the Ramram's going to be able to apply a lot of damage. And it's going to be a lot easier to land than Replicant's rush, as we see it just kind of stretch out and hit from across the stage. Replicant gonna catch that though. Only gets 280. It's the timing, it was just a little bit off. And we're gonna see N-Man going to get a successful grab off of that stun, and it's going to start bringing this back into his favor.
Rep kind of getting bodied by this large Ramram this round. Very hard to avoid.
And that Dragon just doing a wonderful job of taking advantage of the ranged combat that is happening, and just gets really good snipes in there.
All these deleted links in chat. It's a graveyard out here.
Oh, I'm starting to see something's coming back. I see. Wait, what's with the dot? Oh, that's because it's trying to load the image.
Hey, the struggler. You didn't quite make it on time, man, but hey, good to see you.
Let's see if my link works again.
Pineapple noodles are the freaking best. Absolutely.
Okay. Looks like my link worked.
Nice.
So you can check out the Matcherino
okay,
there.
yeah. Does that indeed give us 20 cents every time somebody clicks on it? Because if that's the case...
Oh, not if people click on it every time somebody donates.
Okay.
Everybody just starts spam clicking.
Yeah, I was like, what? Who is paying for this?
McDonald's.
Makes sense. Replicant going back to the homie and already getting some shots in with it. Hey, Struggler, thanks for the bits.
Going with a really nice pressure tool as well with that Tri-Blast. This is definitely something that can just really stack up damage. All of Replicant's loadouts generally are things that might not always be the easiest, but if they land, they're going to just dish out some intense damage.
Yeah. Oh, gets away from the rush.
We see the jump with a Tribal or Tri-Blast. I'm seeing it pretty clearly, especially after all the times Replicants popped it. It pushes the player away, especially at that angle. It might be that Tribal and Tri-Blast might be an arm that's better suited for rushing on the ground.
Liatosin, good to see you. And hey, Calm, good to have you. Another Japanese arms player here.
Oh!
Hi, Calm.
Calm boy! Hi!
You're very welcome here.
Konnichiwa, Calm. Sugoi?
No, Crokel, nothing is wrong with my stream. I have a live feed playing, and I have 0 drop frames.
Twitch just looks like it's having a bit of an aneurysm
It's a
right
bit
now.
twitchy at the
should
moment.
clear up.
Rep wisely gonna shield through all this, but he gets grabbed, and that's gonna do it. Oh my gosh.
In the last few seconds.
Oh my gosh, N-Man got him. He snatched him up. Ah! Sugoi!
Here, let me just see if Calm's dreams to any degree.
Nice grab again by N-Man. Rep gonna have to watch out for this sneaky Min-Min. That Ramram is huge! Oh, I don't understand why they're so big, the Ram and the Chakram. It's not the actual size of the object that makes it that big. There's that, like, those energy rings that come off of it are so huge.
It's incredible.
Especially Dragon Arm. I mean, anything's big, Dragon Arm Min-Min. What a cool dynamic for them to think about when designing characters, to give one big girth arm and one normal arm to a character.
Just have an arm that, yeah, that can rotate between being a really small arm and then one that, and when charged up, then it becomes the largest arm in the game. But it takes a lot of dedication to get that to happen.
And just like
So if I'm not
That's
man,
it for...
I take the...
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it for rep. You are an organizer of Japan's online tournament. Yes.
Rip rap.
Awesome, Calm. I do English tournaments.
Tournament organizers!
Tournament organizers,
Each wave.
unite!
Thumbs up! Sugoi!
Sugoi!
And that's going to be N-Man taking that. And if I'm not mistaken, we'll see if Rosalina and Riff are free now.
So good job by N-Man. I'll mark that one.
And that sets everything up for all of round 3.
Yes.
We've got Superior Fan versus GAM.
Yep.
We're going to have Griffical versus N-Man. Griffa, Rosalina, and the final one is Twin 5-0 and AK.
Yes. And we're actually only going to stream 2 of these matchups. We're going to do Riffa Sir Rosalina right here. Then after that, we're going to do Griff N-Man. And then we'll stream all the semifinals and the finals. So JM and Serp, you guys can play, and Twin and AK, you may play as well. And we have the Battle of the Arms of the North at the top with Serp and JM. We have 2 TCM boys left. Milky Way Esports in here, and one Shrimper.
We've got 2 TCM.
Oh, 3 AOTN. How could I forget that Griff is in Arms of the North?
Griff is in Arms of the North and Scrim Squad.
Oh,
JM
and AK's in AOTN, isn't he?
Actually, we've got
4
4 AOTN competitors in round 3 right now.
4 Canadians in the final 8.
4 professional
Professional.
Canadians.
JM said, "Wee! How dare you?" How could I forget? I forgot 2 guys. Wee!
They even have matching outfits, and you still didn't notice half of us.
Oh, I'm a bad person. What can I say?
Oh, Canada.
Oh, and It's Ogre apparently is another Sir Rosa name.
It's a name I've seen from time to time. Rosa going with the Mechanica once more. He's been playing the Mechanica for quite a while, working with a nice loadout too, the Tri-Blast and the Boomerang. I can definitely see the effectiveness of the Tri-Blast, especially against Griffa, who is a Ninjara, so it covers a lot more area than my always preferred nades.
Okay, so do you control where that teleport goes as a Ninjara?
You have light control.
Okay, so when he just went completely to the side, he did that on purpose.
At this point, he's definitely one of the players that I'm pretty sure is very capable of doing that. There's a lot of Ninjaras who don't have too much control over that, but Riffa is one of the ones who definitely would be able to just kind of be like, I want to move to the left with my shield. Nah, I want to move to the right.
And Sir Rosa decisively taking that one. 4 Canadians in top 8. All the maple
And one
syrup.
of them commentating.
Yeah, and one commentating. Oh my gosh. Do I need to move to Canada or Europe? I can't
Yeah.
decide. I'm in the wrong place. I know that.
Yeah, come to Canada. Everybody should just come to Canada from the ARMS community. I'd love the company.
I'm down. I'll go to Canada.
We'll just grab Laura and just fly her over here too.
Yep.
Riffa's starting off really strong this time, getting some really nice chains of damage, and is going to take it with 75% of his health remaining.
Huge difference in that match. Griff, I can live with you? Yes! I'll take you up on it. I'm moving in.
Rosalina going to get about 15 damage off the rush. There was enough pressure though that Riffa wasn't able to find a good opportunity to get in there and punish. That said, it was only 15 and then Riffa kept himself nice and safe from there.
Luigi said
We
Arms
do have-
neighborhood win.
I've been talking about Armstown for a while. I
Armstown.
want it. Make it
We don't
happen.
need anything special. We'll take a trailer park as long as we got like 1 gig speeds on internet. We're fine.
As long as we've got good internet and We all have nice TVs.
Yep. And computers. It's gonna be a really expensive trailer park.
It's going to be it's going to be the fanciest trailer park ever.
Oh, Rush the Rusher! It's gonna work! Woo!
And that boomerang's going to slip in from the side and just catch Rifa totally off guard.
Technically, he didn't really rush the Rusher. He kind of rushed, then jumped out of the way, then rushed him. But hey, we'll take it.
This match, a lot more equal here. And that chain of hits is going to put Rosa in the Magic Pixel and just ate one too many Tri-Blasts to the face, and that's going to be Rifa taking the first round.
That is not a tasty Tri-Blast. I don't like the taste.
Malieve waves that calm.
Rush near
He's
the
waving.
Rusher.
Rush-ish Rusher. All we need is fiber connection and each other. Dime is correct.
Yes. Bullying my Rush strats.
And we see Rosalina switching over to a relic of Malieve. The Funchuck and the Tri-Blast here.
Relic.
A very old style of how I used to play. But in this matchup, I'd honestly say there's a good chance that it is a better loadout against Rifa. That said, Rifa's very experienced against this loadout after having to deal with me doing this.
Wow.
And he's just keeping some really good movements, getting some really good actions in there, and just generally applying very safe damage. Even with all these really solid hits coming in from Rosalina, he's just able to get so many pokes in there and just keep things going.
Whoop. Only 170.
Well enough.
The dragon did not hit. Oh, okay.
Didn't need it.
That Tri-Blast doing the most right there, taking down Sir Rosalina.
Definitely demonstrating that, or having a really strong case right there, just showing you don't want to get close to a Ninjara. You need that distance. Because as soon as you get close to him, especially with Mechanica, and Mechanica is pretty fast, but she still has a huge body, a giant hitbox, and he's just getting so many free hits in with that Tri-Blast that it's just slowly whittling him down, and it's putting Rosalina in some really bad positions.
Yeah, this is a tough one for Rosalina. Needs to keep Rifa a little bit busier. Make sure that he can't get good shots out with that Ice Dragon. If he's not able to aim that well because he's moving, then Sir Rosa's going to have an advantage. Doing a lot better here.
That Funchuck Boomerang combo just working a lot better. But Rifa's just going to get a couple of nice chains and is going to quickly start bringing things back.
And he's done exactly
all the
that.
Little
He
pokes.
takes the lead now, both players with Rush. Rosa is just eating Tri-Blast after Tri-Blast, and Rifa, oh, he hit the ground. Will he trigger his Rush? He will, and it'll kill.
And that dragon just pierces the heart of the mech.
Oh boy. Man.
Rosalina's not getting up from that one. And that's going to be Rifa with that beautiful smirk on his face, moving on to the
That
semifinals.
smirky ninja. Oh! Nbeard with the 2-month resub. Thank you very much, Nbeard. You rock. Thank you for your additional contributions to
Share
the
those
whole
faces.
community you've been dishing out funds to. We all appreciate it. Scriptface! I don't have script faces, so this will do. I have to refresh chat, actually, because I still don't have symbols.
I don't have a lot of symbols, but I'm living through it. Like, the placements of everybody's names tells me enough information as to what's going
Where
on.
are my symbols? I don't have any. Alright, Griffical and N-Man. Step on up.
Let's go! Do the
Twin
fighting!
5-0 beat AK, so he will face Riffa. I need to refresh that. Our stage is good, Maliv.
Good question.
So on one half we have Riffa versus Twin 5-0, and the other half is going to be filled with Canadians or possibly N-Man.
With Canadians or N-Man. I like that diversity.
100 bits from Replicant. He says Sugoi beats. Sugo.
What's the goal of beats? Oops, I keep pressing buttons.
Bless you.
Thank you. N-Man switching things up, going with Ninjara. And Griff working with that coil, going with that Scully, the new meta.
I gotta put at least 2 of Griff's tags in, if not more, on his name.
And we see Scully get 2 really nice hits right in the early parts of this match. Scully is just one of those arms that you look at it in matchups like this and you're like, it can't work. It's Ninjara. He just kind of disappears around everything. And he's got double toasters. You can't hit him. And Griff hits him twice in a row and gets a third one, 4th one.
He is so pokey.
5th.
Oh!
6th.
Griff
Misses the rush though.
He is showing why he's so highly ranked. N-Man. Oh, that was quite the magnet on that grab.
The game was more than satisfied to give him that one, especially with how much of a beating
He
he's
hit
sustaining
again?
right here.
How many times?
So far Griff
Oh my
is hit
God.
with nothing but the
Is
Scully.
he gonna poke him to
And
death?
He's been poked to
He's gonna
death,
poke him to death,
essentially.
isn't he? Griff, you madman.
Poke him. Do it. Do it. Poke him. Poke him.
Poke him,
Do it.
poke him, Griff.
Yeah.
Get him. Poke
Do
him.
it. Do it.
Poke him. Poke him, Griff.
Gotta poke him all.
We want to see you poke him. Get him. Get him. Get him. Get him. Poke him. Poke him. Poke him.
N-Man tried so hard to not get
Poke
poked.
him with the poker. Oh no, but don't lose.
Yes! Yes! Poked! Did it.
Okay, I can't see any chat at all if anybody's typing anything. I don't know if just nobody said anything. I don't know. I think Twitch is broken.
No sense in Pokemon.
Stream's still up,
Junior
so
said what? There's people talking. Griff has switched over to all poking.
oh,
so many poking.
Griff is gonna poke him to
Look at
death. This is absurd. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
This is so pokey.
Piggity,
Poke
piggity,
him.
piggity, piggity, poke, 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 poke. A massive 200 damage on the full rush. Oh my goodness. Is he gonna perfect poke him? Well, he has chip damage now, but
Yeah. The perfect
no.
poke.
Griff, one more for the
And-
perfect poke. Will he get it? Just poke him! Just poke him!
Nothing but chip damage so far from Griff.
Stab that man, Griff. Stab him.
And this is why the Scully is a meta-worthy arm.
Oh my goodness. So whoever said Scully is the worst arm earlier, I want you to talk to Griff about that.
I'd like to introduce you to Griff. And then I'd also like to wave you goodbye because you're not going to live through that. I could not have time to do anything there, but the variance was polite enough.
And N-Man going back to his main.
Tried out a tech idea, didn't really work out, especially under the terrifying pressure of just so many Scullys.
What's up, Shady? Good to see you, my man.
And here we see N-Man just super intimidated by that Scully. He's just waiting things out, desperately waiting for that grab. Just trying to get something. And Griff just kind of patiently waiting because technically Griff doesn't have to do anything there. He has the health
He read
lead.
that slow play and went for him with that grab. Oh no. Oh no. Not the Coolerang poison stick.
This is the coolest poke anybody has ever seen in this game.
He is the pokiest guy out here. He is Pocahontas.
You can see how intimidated N-Man is by this. Just literally doing nothing. He's gone to the most default of matchup tactics. Is just eating everything he can with the shield and then responding. Or waiting for a grab. Just not even using movement. Just focus solely on using that shield. We see N-Man slip out of the shield though and is going to start getting some chip damage off of that rush. Trying to get a little bit more movement in there. But Griff has so much of a lead.
Oh,
and
beautiful. Beautiful.
That rush was just not... That stun was just too far away. N-Man tried to go for the grab.
What's up?
And a Scully poked him
Real
to
classic Vic. Yeah, he doesn't need a heavy arm because of the movement, exactly.
Oh, chat did stop. I'm gonna have to reload
Hey,
again.
Coco Motion, good to see ya. Struggler, I love the Scully. I'm just terrible with it. I really wanted double Scully Helix to work, but I'm just too inaccurate.
I'm slowly trying to learn it, but it's one that's... It works for very specific characters. I'm pretty sure Coil is one of the few characters that are going to be able to use it well. In fact, Popping Rush, solely to get rid of the freeze, is able to get a lot of chip damage and disarm Griff for a few moments, but not enough to capitalize on anything. Gets frozen again, and Griff just going to continue the
Using
chain.
a little bit of tech there, Griff was. He pulled out all 3 arms, then went for the grab.
Griff also putting the Scully away for the first time. I think Griff is just... I'm not gonna lie, I think Griff just feels bad. I think Griff feels a little bad from all that Scully.
He's been doing enough poking this evening.
He's gonna get back to it later, but just this matchup is like, I just need to stop. He's always one to feel bad after a good match.
Oh,
and
for sure.
Something like the Scully is going to make you feel really bad.
Make you feel like you got poked
too often.
Oh!
And that boomerang is going to slip in so finely.
Fancy feet.
And that's just Griff. And Man was starting to come back from that, but Griff was just too much.
Hey, CCB. Real classic. That's good to hear, man. I'm glad you're loving these games. Yeah, I specifically picked Monday on purpose because it's like, it's a Monday. Nobody really wants it to be Monday unless there's a Mega League Monday.
Griff's the kind of guy to apologize for using Scully and then convince you some other arm is the broken piece of shit. Not gonna disagree.
Okay. That is that. So we should be on to the semifinals. Let me see if this needs a refresh. How are JM and SERP doing?
I think they just finished theirs. JM was able to successfully take SERP down, or at least that's what I'm gathering from the messages.
So we got JM versus Griff, an AOTN matchup. And Riff a Twin 5-0. Let's get you guys in here first since you're ready. Go ahead and stream Riff a Twin 5-0. After that is Griff and JM. And then the finals will be a best of 5. So we are getting down to it here. Party mode is where we live.
And let's make sure the stages are set up. Oh yeah, they were too quick for me to set up the stages.
Too fast.
You're too slow!
Do you know who got in here first?
Win 5-0.
Hope you're right. Yes.
I only knew because 5-0 was on the left at that moment. Riffa gonna start off with a really nice grab there. Get the momentum starting and immediately destroys one of the pillars. definitely going to start giving him a little more of an opportunity to get control of this match, because this is definitely going to be a 5-0 stage.
Good night, Rep.
With those pillars.
Ooh! The headphones were because my ears hurt, guys. They're good now.
Who's goodbye?
Replicant.
Bye, Rep. Thank you for dropping by.
Both with Rush. Both Ice Dragon users and projectile arms. Oh, the stairs.
The stairs.
The evil stairs stopping the grab attempt.
That little bit of an angle is just enough to ruin some people's Christmases.
Oh, Twin is so good with that Biffler rush.
Just kind of tapped it and wasn't able to get the full knockback to get the juggling rolling, but that dragon was quick enough in landing that didn't matter, and 5-0 was able to bring it back.
Hey, Ralna, good to see you.
And we see 5-0 do the exact same thing that Rifa did, but was only cut off, I believe, by the stairs again? Those stairs are really jank.
Stairs. And the bases of those tubes can be really jank as well.
Oh, yeah.
Win, landed the 1-2. Oh my gosh. So effective. Now that this
And
is
5-0 is going to get rush ready before Rifa ever pops his.
just such
straight
a
up
fun
negating.
matchup to watch with two zoning characters.
Those ice dragons, just 5-0 doing such a good job of freezing Rifa so many times. Rifa going to successfully get a grab there, and he's going to respond with a rush. That Biffler though, just so quickly straight into Rifa.
And that has likely doomed Rifa here in the first match.
That freeze is also going to just take up a lot more time that Rifa does not have.
Twin 5-0 is landing all sorts of ice dragons right now.
Rifa's starting to bring things back a little bit, but we've only got 20 seconds left, and if he doesn't safely evade all of these attacks and get some solid damage off of this rush, whew, that's going to be for 5-0.
That was close though. Rifa almost brought that all the way back, but Biffler just a bit too quick. Quack, quack, quack. Hey, Tabs, thank you for the follow, and Hev and Kiwi Gaming. Oh, you guys want the Mickey Mouse? Here, do it quick.
Oh!
Oh! Alright, you should be able to clip that.
I never saw the Mickey Mouse. Oh! Oh yeah, I want to see it. Game, let me see it. Rifa going with Master Mummy
and
here.
He has been running some Mummy as of late. This is no joke. I love that it's pretty much the same strategy though with the dragon.
It's a good strategy, and if you're comfortable with the strategy.
Oh my gosh, there are 21 clips from tonight.
Wait,
what did you guys do?
Oh no. Well, I can probably point out a handful of them that I know probably happened that I would much rather not be there.
It's always just awkward stuff. People trying to get me doing something.
Or that one time I said that thing that's probably got like 3 clips.
Oh yeah. R.I.P. What are you gonna do as a streamer? You know, we signed up for this.
You got it. Yeah, you got to. Just like how some people just get chain frozen, sometimes you just gotta eat the grab and move on with your life.
Oh, that's not good. Twin gets knocked out of rush. Rifa very patient in the back corner, just regenerating some health. But now gets popped. Twin starting to poke away at the Mummy facade.
Just getting a little bit more pressure in there. Rifa kept expecting a grab there, ends up not going for it, and then immediately gets caught by the grab afterwards. That Hydra's a really nice tech for Twin 5-0. Just having it ready to swap out and put aside the Biffler. Rifa accepts his
Yep.
fate, does a little dance before getting sniped by the dragon. 20, all 21 of them are no! Please, no!
20 of those would be enough. I don't even know why that happened. I don't know the context.
I don't know.
Is it like if it's just because I'm from the US, then I guess that's fine. But if it's for any other reason, then I'm probably upset with you.
I'm sorry, I don't know what happened.
I don't know what came over me.
I don't even know what was going through my brain at the time. It's just the word that was chosen.
I get it. I get it. Sometimes the lips move and it makes a noise, and you can't think of anything.
Sometimes I'm just drunk. Okay. Both players at about equal footing this time. Rifa switching over to the Chakram now. Something a little more pressuring. That Hydra though is just making quick work of him.
Oh, Twin not gonna get out of that.
Catch that jump.
Well done from Rifa, who now has to watch out for this rush from Twin.
Rifa coming in a lot closer, just trying to set themselves up to either get a really nice grab or a really unexpected rush.
Oh, a solid mix up there from Twin, but could not get inside. Rifa needs one hit to win it. Twin's gonna need to land this full rush, and probably more than that if he keeps letting it charge, and Rifa ties it up.
A wonderful snipe. Don't try to save me. There's nothing to save me with. There was no motive on my part, and it just happened.
Oh god.
I've done a lot of those recently. The Hydra's getting some really nice angles off of that dip from that hot pocket. Actually working out pretty well for 5-0 to be in there.
Oh.
He's going to eat that Ice Dragon and time it perfectly so that it leaves 5-0 very vulnerable, and he gets a really nice meaty rush off of it. And doesn't even have to worry about getting frozen.
Staying back and regenning, now putting pressure on because he's got the hot pocket. But Twin 5-0 making him mix his arms all up. Has a lead now, has a rush.
5-0 trying to condition Rifa to not shield, or to get too reliant on shield, as you'll notice 5-0 only grabs at very specific moments, and it's irregular. It's rare enough that Rifa's probably getting to the point where he can just be really comfortable to just hold that shield. So it takes a lot of work for him to not do that.
What a Hydra.
And the Hydra just gonna poke Master Mummy right in the groin.
It was a beautiful
Goes
poke.
right through there.
Right in the chops. Hey, what's up, Grabble? Good to see you. Yeah, Rifa's
Usually
been
when-
working on that mummy.
Usually when my lips move and make a noise, it's some useless stuff like...
President of the Western Arm scene. I'll take it. Me and Yabuki sitting on our high horses. Because I helped make the game, obviously. I should get credit for that. That's the Twinster. Moving on. So, next matchup, players.
And I believe it's JM versus Grifficle.
Yes. But nobody has changed the Superior versus JM, so we'll never know. They're both DQ'd. Griff versus Twin.
Let's go.
Guys.
Update your scores, please. Mausoleum, Buster Beach, DNA Lab. There it is. Twin 5-0, you mind hopping out? Because we still have another match to actually go. Thank you.
Yes.
Riff donning the golden headlock, for he has seen it. He has seen the gold and the lock of the head.
The head is locked to the gold.
I really like that there's an eyeball badge. It makes me happy to be able to throw it on and be like, I'm spectating with it. No, you 5-0. Twin is a monster. Please, Yabuki, nerf Twin. Just nerf twin specifically. And it looks like we've got both the players here. The stages are set. And we're going to have Dr. Coil versus Kid Cobra in the DNA lab. And we see Griff actually having the Megaton as a tech item here. I'm not expecting to see it, but it is an option. Griff going to start off not using the Scully, going with a buff and the Coolerang again. Not going to be able to pressure as quickly, but that Bub being as big as it is going to allow for him to very quickly just very effectively protect himself and get some really nice hits in. I actually really like this loadout too. It's very unique for a Dr. Coil.
Yeah, there's just so many movement options with Coil that you can play multiple styles even with the same arm set. So it's really cool to see all the different tools that Griff brings out.
Griff's also probably going to have a little more of a better job at managing JM's rush, as Griff can always just be in an angle that allows him to more effectively catch, evade, and block anything JM tries to pull, where most opponents tend to struggle because JM does that jump, gets that height advantage.
And Griff using the tube to his advantage there, blocking a couple of those rush hits. It seems like JM Canada's really having trouble landing the Slap-a-Mander on Griff.
Pretty much any curvish arm, or pretty much any arm to be completely honest, if it's not a large arm, Coil usually has a pretty easy time evading it, as she has that vertical and horizontal movement that she can just move freely.
Look at these guys reading each other. This is beautiful.
And that's gonna be Griff starting off with a very large lead here.
Hey, what's up, Spicy? Good to see you. You're welcome, Patson. I like it too.
JM putting that Slap-a-Mander down is going to go with double roaster. Now there's just going to be some really big pressure, real danger. And Griff going with the Scully
he's
now.
Gonna have to poke his way to victory.
I don't think the Scully's going to be a safe arm for this match, especially with JM running around with double roasters. Yep. It's going to be too much pressure.
Ooh, JM is out of there.
Both players effectively evading each other's rushes.
These roasters do appear to be too much for Griff. Every time he throws out a bub, it gets parried, and then he's lost in a weight advantage. Nope, got over top with one there.
Scully managed to peek over for one quick hit.
But he has to take advantage of those precious frames that get chopped up when the opponent is poisoned. He's got to push after he gets JM with one.
He's going to really have to start taking a really nice chain here if he wants to bring this back, as there's only 25 seconds, and JM has pretty much a full bar of health as lead. That said, every 100 damage is going to help out. If Griff could actually bring this back, he starts bringing it back, but JM's going to catch that. Just make sure he can keep things going with his rush. That said, now Griff has the lead.
Dude.
Or Griff has advantage here. Going to switch things up. Going with... almost going with double chill there.
Go.
But decides to stick with the buff, and instead of the Scully, a little bit more of a curvy arm. Something to catch JM a bit more off guard.
I think more importantly, it matches the weight of that other roaster that JM's using. Something to help parry. Great rush.
I would... with Coil's movement, I actually probably would have felt that the bub would have been a better option here.
Double bub?
Yeah. But that's my personal opinion, and I also don't know Coil well enough to have a strong opinion on that. Just being up at that height with JM as he does that leap allows Griff to be able to just quickly stab him in the face with the glove, preventing him from starting his rush the way he's usually comfortable with. And we saw it, Griff able to take advantage of it a couple of times.
Griff only up by 1 hit here, but he does have his rush, and if he hits, that will be the match. And tried to bait it, but JM saw it coming.
Does get another 10 damage plus all that chip damage, probably about 30 right there, which is still going to be helpful.
And now
it keeps Griff at least in there for
JM
1 hit,
took the
but now
lead.
it's JM.
Griff trying to move inside. He's going to avoid another rush from JM. He's going to need to land at least 2 hits or get a grab. He's got 5 seconds.
Roaster!
JM roasters Coil right in the toe. And that's going to kill.
And JM going to just barely bring this back in 2 matches after Griff had a commanding start.
Twas very good. This is a best of 3. The winner.
So we've got 1 more.
Yes. The winner goes on to face Twin 5-0 in the final. Stage is set, I believe.
Stage is set. Yep, it is definitely very set.
Yeah, CCB, these guys do make it look easy. Yes, Twin. Finals are best of 5, correct.
This does not look easy to
Hey,
me.
Struggler, thanks for the 100 bits. Appreciate you.
Bits hype.
Hey, Struggler, I could not find you in the Discord today when I was pinging people for the tournament. So if you're not in there, feel free to join. And if you plan on being in more tournaments, you'll need to be in there. All right, here it is.
And we see Griff going with the double bub here. Taking a little bit of advice from me, even if he can't hear me, he knows what I was thinking. He's like, it's a good idea, let's go with
He
that.
might be able to hear you.
That said, JM starting pretty strong and managing to get a bit of a lead here. Griff going to catch him though with that rush for 275 damage. Immediately create some distance again. Going to start zoning him out with all of these gloves. JM's just going to try to find a way to leap in there and get his rush.
Griff wisely using the pole as cover.
Using the last visible pillar of this stage. And now there is nothing protecting either player. Griff actually, I believe, was using all of the pillars this entire time.
Yeah. And JM starting to get more accurate with his punches here. He may be downloading Griff's movements a bit.
And with the pillars gone, it's just a lot easier for him to find moments to slip in and get those hits. And that's going to ensure that JM is in the lead right now. Griff is going to have to do a couple of pretty strong hits.
He won it!
And the last second love tap to the
Griff
face.
with the love tap. It's a little love punch where... I can't hit that note. I'll stop there. Yeah, that one. And it is another boxing match, except one of the boxers has a jetpack.
And the other is a snake.
So, nothing to see here, folks.
It just so happens to be in some hidden temple grabs as well. JM gets a nice rush and is able to secure himself a bit of a lead. Griff not going to be able to take advantage of those movements. Pops his rush, JM going to safely protect himself from it. That said, Griff definitely can bring this back. He's done it before. JM also, though, just such a solid fighter.
Solid snake.
So smooth with all this the strong
Solid
snake.
snake. Griff flies up above with the jetpack, but ineffective on the rush. Now JM gonna close the distance with a rush of his own.
Probably hoping to land that and then use the remaining 20 seconds to start bringing things back. Or figuring that in that time, Griff could just get that rush back, and it looks to be the case as Griff already has rush again.
Griff wisely farming rush. He knows this match is likely not in his favor. Not over yet, but certainly will be happy he has a rush going into next round. And that'll be that.
He's one more. Gives a little friendly tap. Just you see a stare down and just one quick
Griff
punch.
with these little pokes.
And we don't see the cooler in here. We actually see the Chakram. And Griff is going to switch it out.
Bub over buff on Coil? I think so, Hypertext, because Coil can move significantly from side to side and allow for a little more curving, which is really all that buff is better at.
For similar reasons as to why you don't really want it on Mechanica, because she already creates her own curves. Mechanica is naturally a curvy
She
lady.
is. She creates new weapons out of old ones, like the Funchuck. She turns that into a curve arm somehow.
Coil is also a very heavy lady and can effectively just throw an arm and make it go at the most absurd angles. And we're gonna have to see some of that work in action if we wanted Griff to get through. JM just gets that tempo, gets the rush he needs, and is able to move on to fight 5-0 in the finals.
Sneaky Snake. Solid snack. Hey, the Struggler buff. The buff has better curve than the bub.
Can we get 5-0 in here?
JM,
now?
you killed my husband. I'll murder you.
We'll have to hope that 5-0 can avenge Griffical. Also, Griff, you were very difficult there. Did you see how you started, and did you see how that carried out? You cannot deny that you are very good at that. He basically had to just do all of the things to make it, just barely make it through. He had to throw, you know his snake sink in Snake Park? He had to throw that too. It was just everything.
Throw out all the stuff.
There's no more tops in Snake Park. All the kids that were there, he threw them at you too.
This is it, the final.
We're gonna have JM versus Twin 5-0, two players who are very well known for using very specific sets in the finals. And if I'm not mistaken, best of 5.
Yes, it is a best of 5. So look alive.
And we're going to start off with some straight up action. Both players being very patient, but being very aggressive, having several strikes already in. And just not keeping too close, not keeping too far, both at a range that they're relatively comfortable with. JM will slip back if he needs to. He'll get a little closer when he's ready for rush. 5-0 just happily sitting at that distance. JM going to get a nice wide grab and is going to start bringing himself back and gets the lead here.
Oh, Twin able to get away from just one punch. The rest of that rush gonna land, and a juggle from JM. What a snake.
One of the strongest of snakes.
Twin 5-0 trying to push JM back into that hot pocket, and it is working. The distance is a problem for JM, and Twin has come all the way back.
JM really not wanting to be stuck back there at that distance. But those snipes, just the perfect
This
aims.
is ridiculous, and the parry, oh, doesn't land.
Misses the
JM was
Biffler,
up.
just calls the wrong
He
direction.
was up by like 600 HP.
And he comes back and takes it.
And JM able to recover after being trapped at a long distance for almost his entire life there.
He was born at a distance, being sniped by ice dragons, and he finished almost being sniped by ice
The
dragons
struggler
again.
said he's cheering for Twin because JM wins every other MLM.
I mean, he's not wrong.
If he wins this one, it'll make 7.
JM is a very regular attendant to this and an incredibly skilled player.
The strongest of snakes.
It should turn from MLM to MJM at this point.
Mega Canada Monday. I'll just change it for the whole country.
Just call it the JM tournament.
The
Because he's
JM
gonna win.
Invitational.
Come try to stop JM from
I mean,
winning
not
this.
even Resolve could stop him today. Not even the interloper himself.
Not even Mausoleum could stop him.
Oh, nice. Good mix-up.
JM using those mind games, just keeping 5-0 on his toes, making it really difficult for him to get an idea as to what's
and
going
barely
on.
catches.
He's going to get another
And
fabulous
the
rush.
juggle. 385. JM looking for a kill shot. Twin can land this rush and win. Oh.
JM doing those wonderful little hops that Kid Cobra is so great at doing, and is able to use them to safely evade all those attacks and get a powerful blow right into the knee of Twin 5-0. I don't think he's going to be an adventurer
I don't think
anymore.
so.
That
And ban that stage, please.
consider
And then
it
could you grab
done.
that Maturino link real quick? Ah.
Ah!
They started, so
mean-
maybe next intermission.
Okay.
Come get beat by JM Monday. Yeah, that has a nice ring to it.
No longer the Monday Blues, it is now the Monday Roast.
Yes. And we've come from Buster Beach to Sparring Ring here, so 2 very short stages, or I should say narrow, smaller stages. Buster Beach, quite long. But Twin 5-0, again, gonna have to work in tight quarters. We saw the big advantage come in round 1 when Twin was able to create that big distance down the long path of Buster, but that isn't here on Sparring. Gonna have to face the fears.
It's 5-0's going to really need to find that just moment where they can push JM back into a corner and just kind of rely heavily on keeping him there. Gets tapped a little bit by that rush, but is able to get a swift hit in there and cancel the vast majority of it. Twin 5-0, it might not be the best stage for Twin 5-0, but definitely making it work. Having a wider stage than Buster Beach is definitely beneficial for 5-0. Where JM is going to be benefiting him to have that closer quarters. The quick movements and how wide Twin Lollipop's jumps are, it's definitely going to give 5-0 some really good opportunities to get those hits in, to get those really on-point
JM
dodges.
is so good at landing rush.
And that Ice Dragon just coming in at wonderful times. JM also having really good timing down on catching those grabs and just blocking them. 5-0 not really able to capitalize on those ice chains, freezing JM and then just kind of waiting out, either going for a freeze or a grab, and JM always getting the perfect response.
Oh, JM baits a punch out, gets us rushing. He didn't use his Mander.
He either forgot or he just couldn't see a moment where it was a good angle.
Either way.
But he gets a grab instead.
Either way, it doesn't matter. That was strange.
It was quite interesting. Game audio delay?
Yeah, I don't know. Just refresh your stream. I don't have any issues.
JM finding himself a little bit of a better position to manage this matchup. Just getting a little bit closer.
Strong grab right there.
Going to safely dodge that rush, catching it, and seeing it coming like 2 years ago.
Those 2 hops he took were so definitive. He knew exactly how to get out of the way of that.
Those commentators might thought I was the master of rush, but they've never seen JM.
Wow, what a read. Oh, and almost got away from the beam as well, but now Twin has rush. JM has to be as cautious as ever.
Woo! That looked so weird, but JM got out of there safely.
Almost got him.
That said, JM does have his rush just about ready. As long as he can avoid getting hit by one more thing, he can pop it. Gets caught by the Biffler though, just as that was such a greedy, and that rush felt very desperate. Like he just felt like he needed to do something then, and he timed it just ever so wrong.
Dang.
And that's going to put us 1-1 for both of these players.
Yeah, I don't. If there's a delay, I don't know, because I've had my stream set up the same way for months. There's no reason that it should be delaying. Yes, that was fantastic play from Twin. JM's ready.
That match actually made me. After that, like I had the feeling, but that does confirm for me. Twin 5-0 definitely does benefit from a more distant setting. Yeah. But the big thing that Lola really needs is that wide arena. Buster Beach isn't good. DNA Lab probably would work pretty well. Everything but Buster Beach is actually something that Lollipop is going to be a little more uncomfortable in. Just because Buster Beach is a lot thinner and there's just a bunch of little things that are permanently there that are always going to be awkward for her. But if you go into Sparring Ring, even though it's a lot closer, it's a huge open area. If you go over to Temple Grounds, there's a lot of tubes and everything, but they're, as long as you're paying attention, they're not really in the way and they quickly disappear. DNA Lab, exact same thing. And you can use those really well as a Lollipop. Here, you can see, like, it's a really thin stage. And that's where 5-0 is really struggling, is it's easy to get cornered in it, and then even if you get out, then Lollipop's movement just immediately throws you into another corner. So you basically have to focus on that long line and try to push them into the Hot Pocket. And if you're not able to do that, 5-0 is just going to have a lot harder time. Because there's just so much less movement options for him.
Strong snaked him twice. JM most definitely putting some pressure on here. And again, Twin got Buster Beach. Not ideal.
And that's going to be the rush. Not going to fully land.
Beat up the shield quite a bit, but Twin doesn't care about that. A good freeze and grab just about evens it up.
And that's going to be the first freeze into grab that 5-0 was able to land this entire match so far.
And keeps rush. Twin 5-0 dealing damage in a hurry with that Biffler.
And we see our first tech swap here. Jam putting that Slap-O-Mander away, and now we've got a Megaton. One of the few only players out there who will actually use it. Jam going to use it to give himself a safe opportunity to land and punishes that rush with the roaster.
Oh, able to knock an arm down and hit, and another strong snake, 175 this time with the heavy arm.
And this is a really bad position for 5-0. Jam has a good height advantage angle, so that dragon's not going to have as much luck getting at him. 5-0 is in a very narrow part of the stage, It's just the entire setting of where 5-0 right now is disadvantageous. And
Wow.
JM just gonna walk
Yep.
away from
Get
that
away
Biffler.
from me, you Biffler.
Just that confident in what's going on here. And he's going to use his rush maybe a little too assertive right there. It might have been a good idea to try to hold on to that. Unless he's just trying to make sure that 5-0 does not have their rush
Wow.
as an option for this
The
next
aiming
round.
on this man is bonkers.
And we just saw, like, 5-0 did so little movement. There was so little Twin 5-0 really found. And it was probably predictable enough for JM to just safely evade most of it.
Twin hits
Here,
multiple
5-0.
shots.
5-0 in a much better position to move around a
Another
lot.
freeze
more.
grab.
Now JM is in the hot pocket.
Oh, it's tasty down there.
Filled with pizza filling.
Oh, food. Hiya! Just barely gets there. Oh, but the Megaton misses the second time.
Gets a nice 305 off of that, regardless of the fact. And it looks like 5-0 just has this.
Oh,
Does not land the Ice Dragon.
lands on the ground before the rush continues.
And that's the opportunity JM may have needed to start pushing this back. Just needs to find those opportunities. Wall out the Biffler and the Ice Dragon with such a heavy arm.
Nice.
And now he's got Rush.
Oh, and he gets a
That's
grab. Now
eno-
he can kill with Rush. He hits!
Pops the Rush.
Never
lands it, and he's
give
able to
up.
bring this back.
Never give up. Holy crap, JM.
His determination is
With the
fierce.
Megaton, nonetheless. Jeez. All right, it is 2-1 to JM.
That Megaton, even an arm that some people would consider a low tier, if you see a good situation for it, it's definitely a good idea to use it. Twin 5-0, their loadout and Lollipop, and that stage all combined, that was a really good time to use the Megaton. I'm not going to say anything else. Like, if there was a time to use Megaton in a matchup against 5-0, that was one of the more perfect chances.
There you go. I got your score up there, guys. Doesn't look pretty, but it's 2-1.
Oh, it looks very pretty. I don't know what you're talking about. I honestly really like your setup. It's like one of the most subtle but effective layouts that I've
Thank
seen
you. I
yet.
appreciate that. I was definitely going for non-invasive and clean.
And you definitely succeeded in that.
Let's.
JM switching things up, going with the Slap-O-Mander again here. Nice read there. Is able to just get that around the tube of the pillar, and that's going to just put him in a position where he just kind of keeps this momentum and has a decent health lead. He'll also be getting rush first if he can find a moment to take advantage of that. Okay, I lied. They get it at the exact
Yeah,
same
that was
time.
ding! The noise was almost simultaneous. And again,
Regardless, Jam lands
another
first.
rush landed from the Snaky Man.
It comes out almost the same way every time, but that's wonderful because it just works out for how he wants.
Oh, misses the grab. Oh, that could have been really costly. Twin only able to hit with one of those Bifflers.
Weakens the other arm from that disarm and is able to put himself in a nice position just to kind of start chaining off of JM. And that's basically just brought Twin 5-0 back even with that missed rush. Just needs to get a hit. And he hits.
JM's the one who gets the hit.
A grab now.
Avoiding the grab easily. Taking it to round 2.
Slaps that butt and that gets a nice butt slap there.
from around the bend. All right, and if JM wins this, it is all over. Oh.
But 5-0's definitely demonstrated that they are more than capable of pushing back against all this and bringing it back and moving on to a final round.
Yeah. It's a good thing to show some resolve here for Twin. That's all I wanted to say was just the pun. I didn't have anything else.
I'm trying to think of a way to respond to it.
Twin.
I could probably throw a really sloppy defer joke in there, but we'll just move on. You win. Speaking of wins, JM going to win that mind game and is going to hold onto the rush.
The
and
counter grab.
Putting up 5-0. Catching that. Just seeing that beautiful moment for that grab, is able to get it.
Now JM again with the beautiful rush form. You knew that was landing. 370. But Twin not dead. Oh, strong snake. Now one hit to win for JM. For his 7th MLM title. Can he do it? Or will Twin fight back? Here's the rush.
A desperate rush is thrown out, hoping that JM is just going to dive in. Does not catch him. And now JM is going to close this.
Your MLM 22 champion, JM Canada, his 7th Mega League Monday victory.
Canada.
7. That's 7 victories.
7.
Strong snake.
It's a snaky amount of wins.
Snake.
You can see that 7 just slithering around. You know he's going for that 8. The 8 is the true snake.
Just type an F. Pay respects to all the fighters today that died at the hands of the evil snake. Rip the dream. 7 wins. Insane, my man. Congrats, JM.
In snake.